Mondo cool.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Hello, welcome. Hi guys, hi, hello. There's some crazy things going on in the chat. Guys, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope everybody is doing well on this, the night of December 19th, 2025. Let's say hi to everyone. We got, because of the hype train, I can't see who this first message is. Was it K-Man? Was he the very first one? It looks like there's another, it looks like there's another mod message in there, but I can't see it on my chat. It was Kingo. My popped out mod message. Or popped out chat, I can't see that first message. I can just see the green sword. K-Man says, yo, I got snack on my OLED on the treadmill in my gym, and the OLED on the treadmill surrounding my gym. Snack OLED. Treadies. So that's pretty good. Zebra, thank you for the raid. Also, what's up to Kingo and K-Man? Jarouge Ghettoing Ghettomichi. Is the paint bucket, that's the vomit? That paint bucket, that's like a Shinigami vomit. That's like the Shinigami rainbow vomit. Another game that Kodaka influenced. Another game where his influence is felt. Rinslet, Buddy Bro, Sizz, Zebra, Sizz, thank you for the resub. Pixie, and Comb for the resub. Thank you guys. Almost on the way to a hype train, level 1. I always thought this song sounded like it's composed by David Wise. It definitely is arpeggio full, which I feel like I could see that. This is the, speaking of, Sis got it right. This is Phandrana Drifts from Metroid Prime. This is the first version of Phandrana Drifts that eventually gets replaced by, I think, there's another similar version to this that replaces this one. And then there's a different version that plays in the second part of the Phandrana Drifts map that they call that Phandrana's Edge. Or at least that's what I've always called it. I think that's the community name for it. But I felt this was the most chill. So I thought this would be good. Especially because it's such a cold night out there, you guys. We're freezing our fucking Varia suit off. Zebra, I see now that this was Metroid Prime, but when I read this thing, what my brain thought it was Mikan's pussy, which is enough characters if you include the like the parentheses, or not the parentheses. You know what I mean? Fuck, why can't I think of what it's apostrophe? I can't think. If you include the apostrophe as one of the asterisks, it spells Mikan's pussy. The exponent? No, that's in math. Impostrophe. Oh, my. Let's see. Anybody else? Isaac. I'll be there in a minute. You're here right now. Rinslet, thank you for the resub. 155. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's my stomach. Hell yeah. Guys, welcome to the show. It's Jarouge night. Will finished Gintama. Did we talk about that on here? Was that news? I think I talked about that on Sunday. I'm not talking about that again. Will's arc is over. No more Willis content. Give me $5,000. I'm $5,000 in the hole to Zebra. I'm $5,000 in the hole currently to Zebrag Burger. I'm gonna have to figure out some slippery way to get out of that. I've done it before. I need some new news. That's what I'm saying. Well, maybe we'll get some news tonight on Jarouge, you guys. The news for last week, if you didn't know, was that we beat the game. But Snack, you might be asking, why are you still playing Jarouge if you already beat the game? Well, that's because there are 3 DLCs of Dark Souls 2. They went crazy with this one. I don't know if there's more DLC areas in Dark Souls 3 than this, but I don't know. They were on some cool shit with this one, and so there's definitely a lot of game left to play. I don't know how big all the DLCs are. I don't know how substantial they are, but we are going to get on our way to finding out. Though, it seems like there is a good amount of stuff for us to do in the main game that is like leftover post-game stuff for us. So I think today we're going to start off with doing that first. Harkening back to the good old days, Sis made me a little guide. Now, he didn't like make a, he didn't make a, like a spreadsheet or anything this time, but he did send me some stuff on Discord for us to go kind of check in with and do. So I think we're going to start with that. But Snack, why are you still playing the game if you finished Jarouge? That's what I'm always saying. Why am I still doing this shit? But first, we're going to pull a Pokemon Pocket Pack. Have we pulled on whatever it's called? What is it called? Mega Cumsplosion? Oh, Crimson Blaze. That's what it's called. We're gonna do a pull on Crimson Blaze. I don't think we've streamed since this came out, right? Didn't it come out this past week? I'm excited. It's like, I don't know. It's another Mega set. They've got the Kanto Mega starters. I want to mess around with playing Mega Venusaur. Because he looks interesting, and I feel like he could be a fun deck that has like some decent support. Even though he's not like, he doesn't seem like he'll be the most busted. But even when I was playing against the Venusaur solo battle deck, I had a couple instances where they got it out quickly, and it was really annoying to play against. So, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the set, you know. I like the You know, the Kanto Megas, other than Venusaur, who I really like, I actually he was my Mega of choice back when I played Showdown back in the day. I loved playing Mega Venusaur. Other than him, the other two are, like, fine. I think it might have been cooler if Mega Charizard X was also included in this set. And I really hope that Charizard X is not, like, one of those stupid fucking promo battles, which would mean that it's not going to be a good card. And it's also, like, can't you just see that happening? I hope Mega Charizard X, like, shows up at some point for real. But let's do a pack pull, you guys. I don't have any high hopes. I got High Apple Sky in the Pie Scotch. High Apple Sky in my Pie Scotch. Ready? Let's get some Kondo shakes. Let's get some shake and bakes, baby. I'm pulling the backwards pack. I saw one. Here it is. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Twang! Dang it. All right, let's see what we got. Ditto. Porygon. Porygon is my Durant of this set, I think. I have like 10 Porygon already. Sunkern, another one I have a bunch of. Mienfoo. And finally, Charmeleon, who I actually did not have. So that's cool. I like the artwork on this Charmander, like the basic Charmander line cards too. They're like in some lab or something, but I think the colors look nice. Well, we got one new card. I have right now, let's see how many I have. 55 out of 69, so we're doing all right. Tight. Crimson Blaze, you guys. Are you guys ready to blaze on through with the crimson-haired Girouge? Did you remember the crimson-haired Girouge? Zebra, Zebra. He said it was over, but sometimes you get that urge. Listen, it doesn't have to be over completely. We might stop doing it so regularly. We started doing it with Girouge, so I'm gonna see it out to the end of Girouge. I don't know, it's fun for me. Pixel today was trying to show me layouts for streaming TCG Pocket. We were talking that horizontal chat game. Where are my two favorite boys at? You guys, when we were setting up my two favorite boys in the 11th hour, Pixel tried to introduce horizontal chat. He tried to throw the entire, like, sanctity of the layout that we had created so far completely out the window, and he tried to introduce the idea of horizontal chat, which is something you can do on Streamlabs. I'm sure for some streams it looks good. It was a funny gambit. I'm glad we didn't do it, though. I'm sure for some streams it looks good, not for this one. I see it a lot on, like, I do see it sometimes, specifically on, like, you know, like VTubers or, like, you know, just chatting streams like that, where you want the stream real estate to have as much of the girl as possible on the screen. Sometimes I do see horizontal chat. Not that I'm on those all the time or anything. Not that I'm, like, you know, throwing money down the drain, like $5,000 in the hole to that shit or anything, but yeah, you know. Yo, go Gertis EX. Do we believe? Are we go Girders on this one? I think he seems okay. Alright, let's get this shit out of the way. Let's get this shit on the way. It was sort of, the one we were looking at was, Comb, was sort of like it would look really good viewed, like, full screen on, like, a phone or something if the phone was vertical. It was like a vertical capture of the game, and then the face cam was above that, and the chat was below it. I don't fucking know. You guys, I was able to connect to the Dark Souls 2 servers tonight, which is super exciting for me. I love it when I can do that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the hell's going on. And we're playing with the axes tonight, too. If you were missing a little axe gaming in your life, never fear, because we're doing it, baby. I don't remember if I can still shield with the axe. I think I can. I wish is there not a way just, I know this is crazy considering we've already beat the game. There's no way to just pick up an item and move it to a different slot, right? I know, like, it would be, like, it's fine. You could put whatever in whatever slot, but I wish there was, just because it's kind of, it's cumbersome otherwise. And I like my stuff to be in a specific order. It would probably make more sense, I think, with this build to put the flame on our right hand, but I'm so used to it being on the left that will fuck me up. So we're just gonna do it like this, and we can still, let's see, can we still roll? Do I have to take the shield off? I genuinely don't remember. Not that. I think did we have the shield with this before? I think we didn't. We must have just had the flame. This doesn't matter, but it bugs me now. I need to be a little lighter. What else did I take off? Was it maybe these? There we go. A different ring. We could do that too. How heavy are these gauntlets? These add 6. Yeah, you're right. Can I put the good old faithful falconer gloves back on? The falconer gloves. Yeah, that feels good. All right, I guess we're rocking with that. That's this build. Jarouge with the Scopper Gaban dual axes raw. He can do shit like this. I'm a faithful. Thank you, Pixel. He can go bow, 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 bow. And what else can he do? This. This is like, stop! All right. But we got some things to do today. Let me pull up my Sizz list, because I think it'll make sense to kind of just do this in order here. There's some stuff we want to do in Majula that we're gonna do. You can power stance the Guts Sword with one of the axes. We could try it. We could see what it does. Let's do Guts Sword right, axe left. Or do you mean dual wield power stance Guts Swords? Is that how you do it? It has to be 2 weapons of the same like class, right? Like 2 ultra great swords. All right, fuck it. Let's see what it looks like. Scissor Man. JJK trailer dropped. Holy. Should we watch it? This is crazy, Jarouge. You are a madman for doing shit like this. What if we did the 3rd DLC with these? If I worked on what makes it so that you have more equip load, whatever stat that is. If I worked on that stat, we probably could get it. Like, we are kind of like heavy rolling here, but I bet we're not so far that, like, let me look at my weight. 78. I think we could get it down below 70. Should we make that a goal? We'll do the look at this guy. Well, what if we did we do the final the final DLC with the final form of the Guts Swords? Yeah, this swing is raw. I mean, the axes have something like that too. All right, bet. Lock in. You guys, we're gonna have some fun with the DLC. I think here's what I was running this by Sizz. He thought it was a good idea. We're going to do today and then the whole first DLC area with the dual wielding axes. Oh, you meant like the L1 button swing. Yeah, that was good too. We're going to do the whole first DLC with these. This is going to be our send-off to the sort of cope axe build, which sort of began because Sizz tried to convince me that axes were as cool as swords. Wrong. They're not. They're fairly cool, but they're not as cool as swords. But then we found this axe that would I think it was literally that same session we found this axe that I was like, this looks kind of nice, actually. And then Sizz told me about power stancing, and we developed the goal to make the Scopper Gaban dual axes. Because Scopper Gaban was you know, before we entered this massive flashback, Scopper Gaban at one point was, he was in the story. We'll see him again sometime in like January or February probably. But that, so we're gonna do one with that, and that'll be like our last hurrah with this. DLC Area 2, I'm thinking we'll play that one as Femme Rouge, which was something we discovered in the Things Betwixt. You can go into a coffin and turn into a girl. So I think that could be funny. I think Femme Rouge could be good for a giggle. So I think we'll do that just with the Gut Sword. And then final expansion, I guess we'll probably do double Guts Swords then. But we got some stuff to do here. First, let's talk to this guy. Is this the armor salesman?
Take a look at my wares.
Or is this just this crappy guy? No. I got the penal mask. I got the penal code, looking glass mask. We haven't seen this stuff, I don't think. Isn't there another armor guy in here, though, too? Take up my cords for my Wii U because I decided I want to play Sonic Colors. You want to know something that is silly about me? The Wii U, what was I going to say? The Wii U HDMI cable, I still use that cable all the time. When I need an HDMI, that's one of my go-tos. The Wii U, the last time I hooked it up was to play, I guess it was to play Sonic, so that wasn't that long ago. That was this year. But the Wii U HDMI one, it's like it's weirdly long compared to like most other just like HDMIs I have lying around. And I like to use what I have instead of buy things. So for instance, with Jet Set Radio, which we're playing on Sunday, that game, so unless someone else can figure this out, I was not able to. I think because Jet Set Radio has been, I'm going to be playing the HD version off of Steam, which I have owned for years. I bought it when it came out. But that version is no longer, it's delisted. It's no longer even available to buy on Steam. And I think because of that, for newer Windows systems, the game obviously has not been updated. So for instance, there's no way to set up Jet Set Radio. There's no way to access the Jet Set Radio launcher anymore. And so I have to, for me to stream that game, I have to hook up an old monitor, and I'm going to have to dual monitor it. Which is something I know most people do all the time anyway. But I think I'm going to set it up for this, because I did test it out and it worked. But basically where we're heading with this is I used the Wii HDMI cable for that. I have it all laid out. Yeah, I mean, if you think you can get it to work, I, on Windows 11, tried going into the files and creating a, like, whatever you call it. Like, you can do this on Steam, but you can also do it in the program files. Creating, like, a shortcut, like, thing to make it boot to the launcher instead of boot into the game. And the launcher, like, the little icon for it pops up. Like, it begins to load that part of the program, and then it just doesn't load for me. And everything I tried to do as, like, a way to kind of trick it into going into that, like, settings launcher thing, I couldn't get it to work. But I don't know, maybe you can? That would be nice, but it would also be nice to play it in full screen. But anyway, that's the story. The Wii U HDMI cable, it's the GOAT. It's long. Sonic Colors, once you listen to Reach for the Stars, it goes to the title screen and stays there until the song plays, where it replays Reach for the Stars. Yeah. I like that little title screen. I also like that song a lot. I think Sonic Colors is good. I know we as a community have backslid on it a lot, but I don't know, man. I think it's a fun game. You guys, if the sound sounds like weird tonight, it shouldn't sound any different, but last week during DK, I think, I noticed that, like, when I was talking into the mic, maybe I was just sitting too close to it or whatever. But when I was talking into the mic, I was like, it sounds like I'm fucking screaming into it. And you know, like when I get talking on a stream, my voice is gonna come out how it's gonna come out. But I just kind of bumped the general mic volume level down a little bit. So I don't know. I hope it sounds fine. Yeah, the stream looks like it's still up. We haven't dropped any frames. All right, let's read some of this stuff. Yeah, there's no point worrying about things you can't fix. So if at a point it sounds like I'm getting drowned out by the game, or even the game is like I know this game is just kind of quiet a lot of the time, unless we're in a battle. If it sounds weird at some point, just let me know. I'm trying to make it sound better. I don't know. A wooden great shield featuring twin dragons. Quite light for this shield this size. Was this from somebody, or was this just here? See, I kind of think that people have backswung on Sonic Colors because, I mean, like, I get if you don't like the 2D platforming, that's, like, fine. It doesn't feel that good, but I still kind of think the game is fun. I think people have backswung on it more recently, at least, like, within, like, what I see from the Sonic fans. I think people have backswung because it was also the start of, like, the way the games have been written for the last, like, 10 to 14 years or whatever. 15. When did it come out? 2010? Like the last 15 years up until like maybe Sonic Frontiers, I guess. I haven't played it. I see the thing I see the most these days is people criticize that this was like the beginning of the end for the writing. But I don't know. Like it's Sonic. I think the writing's fine. I think it's more annoying in other games. But yeah, I don't know if I think it's like glowingly great like people were on it. When it is true, we were coming out of a drought and it was the only good Sonic game other than Unleashed, which seems like it was also good, but people didn't like that one for whatever reason. All right, so we got Smelter Demon. I don't even remember what the Smelter Demon was. Was that the big Hell Demon guy? Was that the big guy? Do you remember this guy? You guys remember this? High fire defense. That would have been good to have. Where were we when there was fire after that area? That would have been good to have for whatever. No, Jet Set Radio, I think last year was delisted by Sega alongside a bunch of other games. I don't know why they did it. Maybe it's just because those are old versions. Extremely stupid though. Even if Sega is gonna put out their new version of like Jet Set Radio and stuff, that's not the same game. That's not the old game. Don't delist it. Like, what's wrong with you? They delisted a ton of games and they haven't put them back up on anything, which pisses me off. But I already owned it, so. He was possessed of a great bounty of ore. Oh, we got the penal man. What is this penal stuff? Oh, this is the Lost Center. We been had that. We didn't have this before, though. Those who wish to serve the king as loyal warriors must take the king's passage and face the Looking Glass Knight. Sacrificed by the merciless specular monstrosity. You remember when Fuka was on board with us during that fight?
Always open for business.
Time travel? Without the time stones? Yeah, I tried everything. I couldn't get the program to open. I even tried little bugs for it. Fortunately, I think the game still looks nice, but I wanted it in windowed mode just because I normally use... I have one really big monitor, and I just like to look at one screen. But we'll get it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I've already tested it out. It's gonna be good. Yeah, I mean, we could do that, Sis, but we don't have any souls, so maybe I'll come back. Speaking of, we did buy the deepest ladder from Gilligan or whatever his name is, right? We should be able to do that. But Sis also said we should come in and look at this thing in here. So let's do this. Yeah, when we become positive boss, I liked what Pixel said there. I didn't mean, I saw that. I didn't say anything about it, but I did see it. I think it was Pixel. I liked what Pixel said. If we become positive boss today, we will watch the JJK trailer in celebration. I remember the first Culling game trailer. I think I forced Zebra to watch that on stream. It was on a Sunday, I think. I remember Zebra watching the Culling game trailer. Which is pretty funny.
Even more flames have appeared. I don't know what causes it.
Have we finished it yet? What one's new? This one? Way up here? Visions of Bug. Therefore, visions of Oddball. Is there Bug? Bug Ego? Yes, there was Bug Ego this week. King New! There's a lot of anime news this week, actually. Just today, there was I think the first really substantial PV for Steel Ball Run, the JoJo's Part 7 adaptation. I'm excited for that. I hadn't really been keeping up too much, really, on that. Talk to Kale? Who's Kale? This guy?
Come to see Owl
No, his name is Gilligan. See, I knew it.
What?
Is Kale this guy? We talked to him. Is Saraky gonna like it? This guy?
It seems that it's me.
We already talked to him.
Who are you again?
Oh no, he lost his memory.
Fate brought us together for a reason. Take these.
Oh.
May they help you on your travels.
Oh. Light all the flames on the map of Majula. Well, we did it. We got Kale's stupid-ass gear. I guess his armor is kind of cool looking. Talk to Ladderman for a trophy. We might have that trophy already. If there's a trophy for all 3 of the ladders, we've done it. Maybe we do need to just talk to him. I also like this guy, and I haven't talked to him for a while, so let's do that. Is there a post-game state in this? That is a great question that I don't know the answer to. It is interesting that I would imagine maybe, because in most of the other Souls games, at least the ones I've played, when you finish the game, it resets you back to the beginning. It kind of just puts you into New Game Plus right away. I know Bloodborne does that. I think Dark Souls 1 did that. Personally, I don't like that. But I know that it's like not an uncommon thing for some of them to do. But Dark Souls 2 doesn't do it, which I actually think is cool.
Back already.
If you want to say it flies in the face of the themes of the game, that the cycle continues, go ahead, but I don't know. Sometimes I just want to beat the game and then I want to do other stuff.
Here you are, my friend.
Oh!
You can have these.
Oh, we're gonna get the Gilligan gear?
It's a little bonus, you know, for your big purchase.
Oh, we didn't, but we got a Melu scimitar. We'll probably want to read about that. Garrulous Miser. They're always calling me that.
I'm trying to be nice here. You're hopeless, I tell you.
He is funny.
What? Don't waste
What?
my time.
He is funny. Your Scottish uncle. Alright, let's look at that spear, because I feel like it could have some lore about Gilligan. And we should probably look at Kale's armor, too. Grand Lance. Okay, is it not a spear? Yeah, he's a Scots uncle. Bro, the Wii? I thought you said you were playing it off the Wii U. Maybe I missed part of it. Sis, nothing in this game makes sense. Oh, the Wii menu. Yeah, yeah. I am a wee lever. Where I feel like I was saying this at a Melu Scimitar. I feel like I was saying this at a stream, someone's stream the other day. I am a wee lever. In my current age, I think I was maybe a little like too old for like that late Zoomer era that like loved the Wii. But I'm on it. I'm a wee lever. Scimitar of Laddersmith Gilligan. Nothing notable about this weapon, except perhaps the luxurious jewels embedded in the hilt. Jewels, Betty. Jewels. If your aim is to appear dazzling on the battlefield, this might just do the trick. I want to look at... Oh, it is rather bejeweled. Oh, well, it's rather bedazzled. Yar, I be a pirate. Anybody ever played with these, Sis? You ever played with a scimitar? I feel like I could get into this. It's kind of cool animation. Do these have like a stance or some weird shit? Remember when George Harrison was a pirate that one time? Return to Dreamland was the disc in the Wii U. That's bonkers. But I guess, like, I don't know, what you're not playing Wario Land Shake It on stream. Like, I use my Wii U more often than I think most people are. I know most people hate using it, and it's just sitting around collecting dust. You could also dump a bunch of this junk into storage. The thing is, I would rather... Maybe this is just me. Maybe this is my own weirdness. I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I would rather rifle through my giant inventory. Yo, Tamal, thank you for the resub. Such a long alert. I would rather rifle through my giant inventory every time I need something than take the time to, like, menu around in there, removing or selling all the things that I don't need once. Maybe that sounds crazy to a Sizz who unequips all of his units, items, and gear every single battle he goes into for Fire Emblem. But that is not me. I'm in the menu for that long, I start getting anxiety. Like, I'll find it. I'll find it eventually. Too deep? Sizz, anyway, the next thing we're doing is apparently there's something else down in the well here. Which I thought we had fully explored, but I guess we didn't. Where was Woolly World? We never got it. I don't think we ever will, unfortunately. You guys, there's a new Yoshi game coming out next year. Guys, what games are coming out next year? Whoever's watching the stream who's not in Fantasy Critic, talk about it with me right now. But nobody else is allowed to hear. Alright, let's look for the door. Yeah, there's a new Yoshi game. You guys, I thought that game looked a little, I don't know. I didn't vibe with that game. I love Yoshi. I even believe there's like some fun probably in Crafted World, even though it doesn't look that good. And I also played the demo of that, and I didn't think it was that good. But, oh, there it is. But that new Yoshi game, I think it looks a little whack, if I'm being honest. I think the style of it looks like a total step down from the other two, like, stylized Yoshi games like that. And I don't think that game needs... have we talked about this on here? CS never has anything new. I don't think that game needs the, like, sort of cope, like, Echoes of Wisdom, Breath of the Wild-y looking, like, combine mechanic thing that it seems to have. I don't think not every Nintendo game needs that. And a Yoshi platformer definitely doesn't. So, I don't know. I think that game looks whack in 2025. Alright, look, this door, I guess you were supposed to get to this from using the long ladder. Which I'm positive we climbed down, but we probably just didn't see this. And it's locked, unfortunately. Maybe Gilligan has the key. It's locked. Well, dang it. It's choke. Anyway, I think we got mega distracted. Guys, Stone Ocean got away. So JoJo's Stone Ocean, or not Stone Ocean, JoJo's Steel Ball Run PV. Stone Ocean's been out for some time. It looks good. I don't think the horses look bad. I think there will be episodes where the horses look bad. But it looks like they're not CG all the time, which I like kind of can't believe in 2026. There was a shot or two where they clearly were CG, but it was the big kind of like panning, like everybody galloping in the race kind of shots. Up close though, I thought they looked good. They didn't, you know, they were just drawn. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I hadn't been following that super hard, so I like looked into the voice actors and stuff and all that today. I really hope that it does not come out like Stone Ocean came out. If it comes out weekly, good. If it doesn't, it's ruined. Hey, you got like a key or something for me, Gilly?
Oh, yeah. Somebody told me that the grave of a saint lies below
I've
here.
already been there.
Not built by the king, no.
Oh.
It date back to a time long before him. The tomb connects.
Yeah, a
to
room
that
could be
hole.
fun.
And there's something about some rat king down
No,
there.
the Rat King's up here.
Hell, if the old rat
I love that
was rich,
if
as
we
they
hadn't
say,
been there, this would be so
maybe we
whimsical
should
to
go
hear
and
this
pay
from
him a visit.
Gilligan. If you had gone to the Earthen Peak first and you hadn't been like to the like you know Grave of the Saints and all that, like all the way down through that area, I'd be like, oh, Rat King, that's delightful, you beautiful bearded Scottish man. I'm going. All right, Sis, where the hell do I get that key? Maybe we get it from something else. All right, was that all I wanted to do in Majula? So we have a bunch of NPCs to like talk to. Can tell them a movie theme is by Super Beaver. I also don't know them. If they really wanted to be peak, they would get the singer who did that what is it called, like Kagayaita or whatever the ED is called for that arc. They should get that singer to do a new song. But I don't know. I don't even know if she's that arc's old. I don't know if she even still does music. Or they could just play it in there. That would be cool. Just keep it in mind. I'm sure your good pal Sis will guide you to the key somehow. All right. Was that all here? Let's see. We've got some things. I think Sis has put this last, and this seems like it's probably the most involved thing, but the Old Man Wheelchair quest, I think we will save that. There's one thing for us to do in the lands betwixt, so let's just get that out of the way. Again, we'll have to come back to do Oh, I guess this is how you start the New Game Plus. I think this is better, personally. I think they should all be like that. All right. We have to come back here eventually at some point to be Femme Jarouge, but you can warp right in and right out of this area, so it's no big deal. You guys, between last week and this week, I watched some lore videos finally. I sort of got a better grasp on like kind of what, I mean, I feel like I had a good idea of what was the deal with the ending, except that I didn't really get the element of it that I didn't really understand was how the ending we chose, which was to like walk away from the cycle, how that was different than the than like letting the flame extinguish. But I guess what it's meant to be is that regardless of which, like I went through this whole game thinking that this like game kind of was canonizing the Link the Flame ending from Dark Souls 1. But it seems like it really more what the idea is that it could be either ending, because even if you choose not to link the flame will never truly go out. It will smolder down to like a little ember, and then somehow along the many thousands of, or hundreds of years or whatever, someone will ignite it again. So regardless of whether you link it and it goes out, or you choose to not link it and it gets reignited somehow, eventually you still wind up in Dark Souls 2. Which I think is pretty cool. I got what we were kind of going with on that, but I just didn't like understand the full scope of it really. Speaking of these guys also, I think Sis maybe mentioned this at one point too. But people were saying that it's highly believed that the Emerald She is the crone firekeeper that you see in like the very beginning of the game. And that is like also part of like the same kind of time travel thing that Sis was telling us about, like with the young Shanalot and all that. Like it's like her across the her across ages and eras. And I thought that was cool too. I don't think I remembered that. If that was told to me at some point, I don't think I remembered it. And right here, you guys, we gotta talk to this bombshell baddie Fire Maiden She. I remember when we came here before, we like came back here at one point, and Sis described this woman as a Destiny big girl, which is crazy. Sis said she's built like a Destiny big girl. Look at her. Me and she.
You have proven yourself to
I don't like her.
We have little to offer, except perhaps these.
It's the dress for sure, but it does kind of look like she's got big guns. Oh, the handmaid's ladle.
Bring fortune to your journey in some small way.
Oh, and she is nice.
The old women as sisters. I
Yeah,
am
look, here we go,
told
see?
there was a fourth. Long ago, firekeepers were commonplace. But now they are lost, scattered to the winds.
Similar to how Silk's ass is mostly her dress, yeah.
The old women as sisters. Long ago, but now they
But I do think it's cool that, like, in the lore of this, again, because it's... I think they did a good, like, once you know... I think they did do a good job at kind of depicting, like, a world way beyond the time of Dark Souls 1, because in that game, there's firekeepers, like, everywhere. You meet, like, I don't know, like 6 of them or something throughout the game. Like, a lot of the NPCs are also firekeepers. But in this, it's like, it's these old ladies and then, like, one, like... like, they consolidated firekeeping just to the Emerald She. But I think that's cool, actually. I like that. Alright, well that's... Oh, wait, let's look at it. Oh, I forgot to look at the other dude's armor, too. And she's so good. And she does such a good job. But I think if... But, Sis, I think that if Cozy Fiora was a Firekeeper she would also do a good job. But I also wouldn't want her to be that, because I wouldn't want her to be bound to the flame. I would want her to live free so she could... You know, she can cross the mountains from Melfia and nearly die a number of times. I wanted to still be able to do that, so... Armor of a light Mira foot soldier. Belongs to Kale the cartographer. It's pretty straightforward. Master Glocken. This quite angered my previous Master Glocken. Alright, and then the ladle. It's like probably just a funny little joke item. Yeah, I remember those little Sonic character default things. Amy, Chaos, Emerald. That is crazy. Chaos again and Orbot. Or Goat. You guys remember in Sonic Unleashed how there's that like fake Orbot? And then he becomes Orbot. Do you remember? Do we know about that? Orbot? Like Orbot was in one game without Cubot. And then he became part of like a little comedy duo. Emerald is on the... Emerald is one of the characters? Have we got any Sonic battle heads in here? He, like, looks a little different, and I don't think he quite has the same bit as Orbot, but Orbot's bit is really just, like, that he talks like a C-3PO, kind of. And I think that fake Orbot still looks, like, still kind of does that. He's just, like, a little different. It's weird, though. I love the key art for Sonic Battle. I think it's so cool looking. I also, it also inspired me to try drawing in that style when I was a kid, and I used to draw a lot. Because even though Sonic characters, specifically their eyes, are fucking impossible to draw and make them look good. We went past it. Oh, here it is. I was looking for, I was looking for it, and I was looking for, like, the top part to be, or, like, the ladle part to be at the top. Even though Sonic characters are, like, impossible to draw, the, like, that, like, heavy line art, with it, where it kind of, like, scratches past the actual, like, silhouette of the, like, the character art and everything, I just thought that was super cool looking as a kid, and I tried to imitate it all the time. And I did also have that game. It's not very good. An ordinary kitchen ladle. This is an Iba. An ordinary kitchen ladle. He who chooses this as a weapon either faces extenuating circumstances or has an odd sense of humor. If you care for your life, leave this one in the kitchen, girls. Well, you know we gotta try it. Who should I go bop with this? Did I just get souls? Who do I not like that I could go bop with this thing? We probably won't do it. Because if I accidentally aggro somebody with the kitchen ladle, I'll feel like the worst player of all time. Alright, you know who I don't really like? is Strayed. Let's go talk to him. I think Sizz was saying he thought Strayed was cool. Strayed sucks, I think. He's cool in that he's like the first time when you hear kind of about the lore, but he's an asshole, and not in the fun way. Not like you, Curly. I don't like Strayed, which is probably why we didn't come back to talk to him again after a certain while. I guess he looks cool, I guess, but we are now because he also is an armor special soul guy salesman, so he probably does have some new things too.
Well, this is a most charming soul. Very good indeed. My power is yours. Let it serve your desire.
Ha 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 ha. Are the Curlies nice here because we beat the boss? I don't really like Sis. Did I say that?
She harnessed the witch led her daughter.
Yeah, I know. I've played Dark Souls.
What are you?
Maybe he's kind of funny. Alright, what do we got here? Well, whose is this? Oh, maybe these are new. Hood of the Forlorn. Born of Aldi. Well, we know that now. If it's not new, we know it. Born of Aldia's obsession with the first sin. The Forlorn lost both their corporeal form and a world to call their own. Oh, this... Who's the Forlorn? Did I fight this? Now they drift into other worlds, ever in search of a home. But without self, one has neither beginning nor end, and so the Forlorn will have only to wander. Oh, is he the... He's not the Navlan or whatever that we freed. Yeah, I know. He has like a short gut sword. He has like a gut sword, but not as good as mine. I can picture him. I don't know if this has been said like 100%, but I think we, again, I guess because it's new to this version of the game, obviously, like, the first sin, I think, is gonna be more something we're gonna kind of find out about in the DLC as it goes. But if you had to ask me at this point, I think it feels pretty obvious that the first sin is, like, when either when they, like, Gwyn and the other lords, like, pillaged the fire in the first place, or when Gwyn, like, linked his own life, source to the fire. I think it's gonna have to be something like that, because we know that, like, Aldia knows all this shit about the original, like, the plot of the first Dark Souls, and so it would make sense. Obviously, he's a scholar of, like, this ancient time, and I think that that's what the first sin is, basically. But I guess we'll have to learn about that now, because it wasn't in the story for the first game. They changed it all. Says, I don't think this guy has anything new. He has Unveil. Look, says Unveil. Yeah, he watched the Vatis. He watched the Vati videos of the first one. Oh, yeah, this. Oh, this is like Ato. Zebra, isn't this like Ato? Oh, fuck, the Pursuer? Did I see this? Had we beaten the Pursuer when we came here the first time? Some of this stuff is raw. Alright, what do we got here? Is there any... Ooh, there is some pyromancies for me to get to. I could get this pyromancy of my liege, the Royal Red. Acid Surge. Do we want to fuck around with Acid Surge or Toxic Mist? What am I, Yukari? I think we have seen those before because I think I've said that before. But these are, like, Myth of the Baneful Queen. No, this is the poison baddie, right? This is that, like, the hardest boss for us in the game. She's the, like, Lamia, like, head pulse poison boss that was so tough for us to beat. The fairest queen in the land. Yeah, I remember this story. Something unhinged her. Great word. Great word choice. Was it the poison found deep in the earth or the passion that consumed her heart? Oh my. Smelter sword. This is the smelter demon sword weapon to go with the gear, I guess, if you wanted to smelt play. If you wanted to get into some smelt play. Earth spouted fire, and a beast arose from the flames. The short-sighted king was incinerated by the creature in one swing, and his castle devoured in a sea of flames. This is raw. I might buy this one. For my goat. Wait, actually, we don't... But this would get rid of my soul, though, right? Says, should I? Says, can I get this for my goat? That's awesome, Zebra. Last of Us 2 and Expedition 33 fans beefing on Twitter. That's awesome. Oh, true. I guess it would be one or the other, but I don't really like his shield that much. And this is what killed me. I kind of like to save my... Like, I know that, like, this is what you use them for, but I kind of like to save my souls. I'm getting it, though. For Bestie. For the Pursuer. Anyway, we got the Flexile Sentry. I'm sure I read that one already. We had already killed him by the time we came here. Same with that. Belfry Gargoyle. Skeleton Lord's Roaring Halberd. Remember how cool the Skeleton Lords were? We first tried that boss, though. Unsettling Skull carved into this halberd recalls the final moments of the Skeleton Lords. Not very interesting. The Covetous Demon. Wasn't this the big, like, wretch guy? He was, like, the easiest boss in the whole game. And then we made a cool Ato scythe out of his spine. That sort of feels a little unearned. Yeah, the Jabba the Hutt guy. It was like he coveted Mitha, and she coveted some other dude or whatever. The Earthen Peak was a warning on the dangers of lust. That's what that fucking poison tower level was. The level where if you mixed a Miyazaki poison swamp with a Miyazaki like booby trap tower, two of the most devious types of areas in these games. That's what that Earthen Peak area was. And it was also like It was also a preventative tale on the dangers of lust. Oh yeah, why did it never leave the queen? I don't know. Did you see her? She was Wanda. Executioner's chariot, he was Ra. He endlessly tortured the undead. Dragon Rider Twin Blade. Was this was this from the fake Ornsteiner? Or was he the real Ornsteiner? You remember when we fought Ornstein? What was up with that? What does that mean in the lore, sis? Do you remember that stream where we like nonchalantly fought Ornstein? Why did that happen? Wasn't he like kind of like a ghost a little bit though? It couldn't have been the same guy. We killed him in Dark Souls 1. Yeah, that was the same one that we did the Bell Gargoyles, right? Crazy, crazy game. Demon of Song, this is a good one. Ooh, it's a poison whip. The demon's sonorous voice, in stark contrast to its hideous form. I thought it was cute, but okay. Surely intended to lure people close so that it may devour them. Shield crossbow. This is raw. Is this a shield that shoots arrows? This is sick. Guard while firing? Has there ever been anything else like this? That's crazy. Pursuer. Okay, that's that. Alright. Wait, hold on. This did say something. Rank of Dragon Rider was reserved for honorable warriors who helped found Drangleic. Together with the king, they crushed its former inhabitants and erected a magnificent kingdom upon their graves. Maybe it was just some guy dressed like Ornstein. Or is this the... Oh no, that's the Dragon Rider. Wait, is any of this? One of these is like the guy we beat in like session 2. But I swear he has like a long like a halberd polearm kind of thing. And he didn't have a twin blade. I don't know. I guess they were Vendrick's guys, but maybe they were sort of based on what came before. Scorpionist Noctua, do I think we looked at this? We did look at the spells. Velstad, this is kind of cool. He was one of the late game bosses. Giant Lord Soul. Repel. Do people use this? Yeah, man, whatever. I broke the cycle. I don't even... Actually, should we buy the Poison Mist? I think I'm gonna, actually. Because you know what? If we have to deal with those hippos again at any point, that could be super funny to use on them. Let's do it. I'm doing this in the name of fuck hippos, and I'm not even gonna... You know what? Fucking curlies? Come here. I'm not wasting one of my soul of a hero. It's like 5,000, 10,000 souls or some shit. I'll just kill some curlies. Those weren't your friends, were they? How do I get that staff? That shit looks cool as fuck. We probably already have it. Wait, why are there more now? Oh, that's because it's trade. I think I can part with the Royal Rat Authority. Is it Toxic Mist? It's this that we want. Royal Rat Vanguard. I think I can part with this one. I don't even know why that was a boss soul. That was just like 20 rats. I kind of think that owns, though. I think if in the big 2025 you're trying to tell me that 20 rats is a bad boss, maybe you're a bad boss. How are you treating your staff? Think about it. Bitch. Okay, apparently we also need to go to Brightstone Cove, Seldora, to visit Ornifex. Now, I'm being honest, I don't remember who this is. But I would suspect it's the guy who's, like, up in that church. Is it that guy? The guy who's, like, surrounded by all the spiders? I don't know him. I don't know him, Sis. Ornifex didn't leave an impact on me. Oh, it is a wretched boss. Oh, it's she! I mean, I remember she, but I didn't know she was called that. I guess Ornith conjures bird imagery. Okay, what's the fastest way to her? I think it's... No. Can you get there from this? I think we accidentally wound up there from this fairly recently. I think you can. Fuck this area. Giraffe area. Giraffe area for Girouge. Girouge giraffe. That's gonna be the second evolution of Giraffe Rig when Gen 10 comes out. Axe home? Couldn't you just see it? Like instead of for a giraffe's cute little hood thing that it has like a gross like red bowl cut, and it's gaunt. Girouge giraffe. I think there's something there. There's a design there. Ow. Oh, true. You're right, Sis. This is where we. Well, no. Most of whatever stream we actually came down here was still with the sword. But you're right. The first time we wielded the Gurm axe, we did it one-handed, and we did it against Duke's Dear Freya, which is probably why that boss was as difficult as it was for me, but whatever. Hello, she.
If you provide a wondrous soul, I will create one thing of your choice.
I like her. She's cool.
I require no payment this time. It is my way of saying thanks.
And I like crows. You guys, bird tier list? What do we think? Next tier list night, bird tier list. We did monkeys once. We did cryptids. Bird tier list? I think it could be fun. I like birds. I was thinking about buying a parrot a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we'd have to find one that kind of pared it down, because like there are like, you know, there are like 400 species of like finch. We'd have to really pare it down. We'd have to find one that like has more kind of like families of birds all kind of consolidated into one, you know. But even then, there's like so many birds. You couldn't put every bird. It would never end. We'd be there for forever. We'd never stream again. A free number one? I don't know. We'll have to see. Crow, one of my top birds. I know who my number one is, but I don't think it would be a popular choice. One of my favorite animals. Top 5 animals probably is a bird. And I don't know if you guys know what it is. A great sword forged from the soul of the Looking Glass Knight. This is probably raw. Something wicked this way comes. I can't stop doing this stupid voice. The king fled the castle and never returned. Yeah, we know. I like that the knights of Vendrick were like along the path. Instead of like being the knights, I mean, I guess, you know, like when we were in Anor Londo, we didn't meet Gwyn there, but I like how in that, like the knights of, like the main knights of Gwyn were like on the way up. But like these knights, like Vendrick left his jackpot boys to like keep people like out away from his like exile, which I think is cool. They weren't like a challenge to like, you know, like they weren't like a challenge to take on, but they were like a deterrent almost. He left them in desperation. But unfortunately, Velstadt was such a fucking jobber. The Looking Glass Knight was a real one, though. Velstadt did not have it. I would have swapped them around. LGK, he carried. I think he should have left Velstadt at the castle, but maybe he left his best guy further back. The Throne Defender, we fought these guys last week. Will his weight be worth the while? I don't understand the lore of who these guys were. Except that it seems like the throne had, like, nothing to do with any of... Like, the characters were all after the throne. Nashandra was after the throne. It seems like no one was able to claim the throne, even, really. The throne is, like, its own crazy thing. So maybe these guys just happened to be, like... They were, like, the test of the throne. When I was reading some of the lore about Nashandra, who was the base game final boss... a lot of people were saying that, like, because she comes through the fog door after you beat the defenders, it's kind of like you are now the boss and she's coming to challenge you and like defeat you so she can get access to it. I think that's pretty cool. I liked that. Even though even though she was a jobber and so were they, kind of, it's like I guess they were harder to beat than her. I think did we die once on them? It's cool that she comes through the fog, for sure. Here's the Vendrick sword. Should we? Could I really get rid of my Soul of the King, though? It's such a prize for me. She's coming in Femme Rouge. No, well, I think we're doing Femme Rouge next week. We could get the Looking Glass shield, too. That's pretty cool. The Ruler's sword. I just want to, like, is it as long? Sizz? Should I? Should we? Sizz? Is it long? I guess Sharouge's arms are shorter than Vendrick's. Alright, we won't get it. He was swinging that shit, though. He could... Say what you will about him. Oh, he could swing. The king could swing. Oh, this is the Drake one. Drake wings wonder. Drakes are likely descendants of the ancient dragons, and although their strength pales in comparison to what is described in legend, to mere humans they were still mighty beasts. Yeah, this fragment of the dark, that's talking about Nashandra. And we knew that. We called that shit. Sizz, I think I deserve a little pat on the back. We got this. Listen, the people say that you can't understand these stories just without reading all the flavor text and everything. And, like, they're probably right, but if you have a Sizz along the way who, like, tells you most of the things that happened in the game, but also you make some calls on your own, then it's not that hard to understand. This is cute also, this little spider sword. A thrusting sword, though. Miss me with that forever. This is the Rotten's blade, I think. Yeah, Soul of the Rotten. Who in their right mind would create such a thing? Velstad, the Sacred Chime Hammer. I bet that's pretty cool looking. The Royal Aegis. It didn't fade, even exposed to the dark. It's raw. What kind of weapon is this? Axe. That is probably pretty cool. Iron King hammer. We don't like the old Iron King, except I think he's one of the DLC guys. If I'm not incorrect, I think the guys in the DLC are like the lore. So some of the, you know, like there's this whole thing that like Vendrick and his forces came in and they killed all of the old rulers of the land, and like that's what the souls that you get like along the journey are. But I believe that at least one or two of the DLCs are probably gonna involve that little past thing, and maybe like going back to the time of when they were in power, like before Vendrick. Now, I guess that would also, once again, be like a DLC time loop, which is what the first game DLC was. But if you had to ask me what I think it'll be like, that's what I think it will be like. Going back to the pre-Drangleek times. Because it seems rife for exploring. Oh, the Spitfire Spear. The mysterious Lord Aldea secluded himself in a manor. We know about the manor. We went there. They had one terrible, horrible hallway. Guys, I know this is the Scythe of Want. That's raw. Calling something Want. I think if you're gonna make something like a cool sounding like important, imposing, like ancient sounding place, I don't think you can do much better than the Throne of Want. Want is like want is a raw word. Do we agree? I remember we used to have like an old bit about Smash. I think it was probably Smash 4. It was a bit that me and Kingo had that I think it was something like Ike only wants. Kingo, do you remember this? Are you listening? We had some old bit where it was like Ike never waits, he only wants, or some shit. And like we didn't have raw yet, but we would have described that as raw back in the day. Something about Ike only wants. Oh, it was Salty Bet. Oh, it was Sad Claps only once. What was it? We did have a similar bit about Ike, I feel like. I miss Sad Claps. Zebra, do you know that one? I know Zebra's a big Salty Bet guy. Okay, Snack, we gotta hurry this shit up. But I want to know about this lore. I want to know about it. I'm sorry. The old one. Yo, old. Menace. That's from the DLC from the first game, but now we're doing the DLC from the second game in Pork. The old one of the Abyss was reborn in death, split into minuscule fragments, and spread across the land. After regaining their shapes, they crawled forth, yearning for strong souls in search of greater power. Does that mean that Nishandra was like just one of the void abyss creatures out there? Are there just a ton of them? That's pretty cool. The Bow of Want. See, like, how? That's so raw sounding. If I had the Scythe of Want, I'd be running around going, "Say yes!" to everybody. I would be hitting everybody with that. She was the smallest of the fragments. Holy cracked. Dark Souls 3, come on. Dark Souls 3, get ready. This is all still the same kind of stuff. Alright, well, I don't know. I love you, Crow Lady. You're one to... I remember being so Twitter-pated when we discovered her. I was so smitten with her. Okay. What was I just going to do? Oh, Nishandra's Soul. I guess we probably didn't look at these. Because it was all in that one gauntlet last... Or maybe we did. Fragments of the Abyss. Nourish their beings by the side of... Yeah, I think we did read this. It doesn't look like it says that here. I don't think. One day, the flames will fade, and only darkness will remain. Unless, of course, an heir arrives. No, I left. Nah, I said fuck that and I walked out. Walking out is a valid strategy. No, I didn't do that. I walked out, actually. Okay, we're almost done with some of this stuff. Okay, Ornifex. Merchant in the Iron Keep. This one I didn't... Oh, you know what? I do remember this guy. This one is in, like, Snack Japan Dreamcast Dream area. I remember I talked about how I had a dream once where I bought a Dreamcast in the mall. It wasn't that long ago. It was like a couple months ago. I'm sure you guys remember, maybe. This is in Dreamcast Dream area. Which I think is also sort of overlapping with Snake in My Mom's Yard area. Which that if those were the two stories were during the same night, we did good. Is it this guy, Sis? Is this the guy? This is just an enemy. I forgot these guys. Is that him? Is that the crested Buka?
A petrified egg. From the shrine. Fantastic.
Give it to me. I'm fascinated by it. I'm begging you.
All right, man. It's a petrified egg. Here you go.
Very kind of you. This thing
The century egg.
is amazing.
Has anyone ever told you you pronounce egg in a weird way, traveler?
Oh, you feel invigorated just by holding it.
Oh yes, here we go. I hope I get the... I know there's a trophy for joining all the covenants, and I hope that pops. Pop! Dang it.
Well, you...
Oh, or maybe I have to join it. You can do this, too. Oh, this is kind of like, White Lady. Pale Lady. It's kind of like White Lady. Alright, give me the big pop. Give me the big cum. Cum! Dang it. I mean, I guess there's probably... I wouldn't be surprised if there were DLC covenants, or if we just missed one. I don't... This is... Do I want to do this? I keep having to go back to rejoin the Rat Guild, even though it's for it's just for the RP. It doesn't matter. But I kind of want to see what this dragon scale thing is.
Very well.
How many of these do we have? Well, this is probably all they're used for, I would imagine. Whoops. Dragon scales. There's no way I'm going to be able to find this either. I feel like it's probably down here. Dragon Eye. Dragon Eye. New Kochi Kame anime. Crazy. Pixel and I caught an episode of Kochi Kame in, when we... Oh, there. This is it. When we were in Japan. I don't know. I don't remember if I said that. We watched Kochi Kame. It was like a... I mean, obviously it was a rerun, because the anime, you know, at least, I guess, until this new one, we watched a rerun of it. But that was funny. It was one of our funnier anime experiences. We also watched an episode of Lupin, because I remember explaining to Odin, like, who all the Lupin characters were. And it was a funny episode, too, that we were watching. In the one, I remember specifically, like, the bad guy had them... He had him, like, by all means, he had him dead to rights. And then he was just, like, doing bits, and I think he fell asleep at one point or something. And then Lupin and the gang just, like, I think, like, Goemon just, like, cut him out of the cell they were in or whatever, and they just walked out. It's, like, a silly episode. Yeah, I think he was, like, waiting for his, like, plan, like, something, like, the clock to tick down on his plan or whatever, and then he fell asleep. And they left. You probably get, like, more items if you do this. Oh, we could get a Jester's cap. I feel like that would probably... I bet this is, like, a funny, popular armor set. Do you think it could be funny to be a Lupin guy? I think so. The thing is, there's just, like, so much of it. And even though, I love Lupin and, like, the characters and stuff, I feel like it's just, like, when I think about it, it's one of those shows that I'm like, this is from the 70s. Like, I bet there are a lot of episodes of this show that are not good. You feel me on that? And, like, obviously not all of it is from that. Like, but if you wanted to start at the beginning, you'd have to go through all... There's, like, 3 Lupin series that, like, start in the 70s and go through to the 80s. Even though some of it's newer. Like, there were those, there's a Fujiko one, and there's also a Goemon, Spray of Blood Goemon or whatever. There are some of those, like, new movies that look pretty cool. I haven't seen any of them, but from what I've seen, they look cool. They, like, are very kind of... They take it in sort of, like, a more mature direction. And then, you know, like, there was a Lupin series, like, I don't know, in the 2010s at some point. I remember it coming out. It definitely is episodic. Yeah, that arc is packed, Will. Fumiko. Fumine. Alright, well that was that guy. We got the Covenant from that, so that's good. Grave Warden Agdane. Okay, I remember him. That's an easy one to go to. This is in the crypt. Probably we go in through the entrance is the fastest way. I actually don't remember if that's even true. I think to go in this way, we have to deal with these shield guys. I would like to watch the Miyazaki Lupin movie, which I feel like is probably the thing that, like, I would imagine is probably, like, the Lupin thing that most, like, you know, non-Japanese anime fans have probably seen, just because it's well known that Miyazaki directed it. I don't remember if it was his directorial debut on a movie. I think it might be. It was before Studio Ghibli was founded, but also some of those Ghibli movies were too. But, you know, it's sort of famous for that. Yoo-hoo. I don't know why I like to throw fire at this guy. I think I was complaining about Metroid Prime 3 here. Metroid Prime 4, I mean. You guys, Metroid Prime 4, weekly update. This is the segment where if you, like, don't want to know, like, general kind of beats of the game, don't listen. But I don't know. Who in here? I don't think anybody in here cares about that, unfortunately. Metroid Prime 4 update, you guys. I got to a part where, after you meet and do these little individual missions with all of the 4 Galactic Federation Trooper characters, you then meet the 5th one, who I can only describe as like a big robot guy who sounds like that voice that Zebra does for the Uku characters in Twilight Princess. I'm not making this up. There is a big robot mech guy. He's like an android trooper who he's your like 5th friend that you meet, and he sounds like that weird ass voice Zebra does. But anyway, I met him, and then like you meet him and you go around like one area with him, and then shortly after that you then go on this whole ass part of the game where you're like fighting your way down into this like mine basically, because other than the lightning area, the environments are all the same areas that fucking Metroid Prime 1 has. So this also has like a mines, and in the mines, you like, I you know, this is definitely a trope that I like in some things, but I did not care much for it in this. In the mines, you show up with your 5 characters, and they do the one by one, like, leave this to me. Go on, go. You got to get to the bottom. They do one by one death fake outs the whole way down the mine until you finally get to the bottom. And, of course, none of them actually die. You come up back up to the top, and they're like, hey, Samus, we're alive. But, wild segment. There was one part that I almost kind of liked, where you're fighting with the, like, one of the characters is like a little Samus fangirl, and I think she's kind of cute. If she was in a better game, I would like her. There's one part where like you have to like leave her behind, and I was interested in this because I had a specific reaction to this scene. I wanted to see if other people did too, so I kind of Googled it, or like, you know, just kind of looked it up. And I did see I saw 1 or 2 other people talking about this. So, like, there's a part where there's, you know, it's Samus and this little, like, Nisa, like, you know, private of, like, who's, like, the subordinate of this other guy. And she's, like, a huge fangirl of Samus. And there's a part where, like, you and her are on this digging thing, and you have to, like, defend her because she's operating the digger machine while you fight these like cave-dwelling like monster things that are like attacking you. And it's like a pretty cool sequence. I liked it. It just felt like very tense because it's not really something you're supposed to be able to win. And like more and more and more of them spawn as it goes, but you still have to like manage them as much as you can. But then there's a point where she's like, Samus, go through the door, you know, like, I'll catch up or whatever. And in this moment, I'm thinking, if I'm Samus, I'm not doing this. Samus Aran doesn't do this. This little Wanda is clearly gonna sacrifice herself to save me. I'm staying and fighting. But no, the game isn't good. If the game was good, you should be able to stay and fight and save the little Wanda, but you have to leave her behind and let her fake out die also. And I disagree with that. I don't think that's what Samus would have done in that moment. And I don't think other people should either. I think that stinks. Personally, I think that stinks, I would say. Why am I fat rolling now? Are we seeing this? Sizz. But I don't know. Other than that, it was like kind of a cool... Oh, my equip load ring broke. Other than that, I didn't think it was the worst sequence. It was definitely unearned, but there was this cool mechanic where, like, if you shoot a missile, it alerts the, like, descent zombie monsters, basically, and then they come, you know, they crawl out of the ground and they, like, try to kill you. And I thought that was pretty cool. I think it was, like, a cool idea. It was fun fighting, and also Miles wasn't there, which helped, but I think that should have been the only thing like that. But because a lot of the other areas also have you, like, fighting along with these other guys, it's like, it just feels like too much. It felt unearned. Not that good. I mean, like, I'm still having fun with it. I don't think I'm coping about it, but I'm not, like, hating my experience with the game either. I'm getting there on it. Anyway, this is the guy. I'm sorry, we went on that whole tangent. Put this on the list for Zebra. This guy's cool also. He's like the Nito kin.
You have met the king, have you?
Yeah, he was gaunt, dude.
Life is never
Look in the mirror.
Never fair. Even more so on this path you've chosen. May you find your peace one day. Take these with you. You may need them.
Sharu standing over these big, stupid fucking axes. Dark Drift. That sounds raw.
This place is welcome to all, provided due reverence is shown.
Is it a dark katana?
Death is equitable, accepting. We will all one day be welcomed by her. Tell me what you desire.
Yeah, I mean, it's for sure. It is a bummer. I think I would say with the game, like, I think my expectations were tempered. I don't think, like, I'm glad that at least that there was not a point when I was, like, so excited about the game. Like, I thought it looked amazing, and then it turned out to, like, to not live up to what I thought. Because, again, I kind of think like, other than the graphically, which I do think it looks great, and, you know, some of the areas are fun to explore, and I think the boss fights are really fun, too. They're definitely the best Prime boss fights. The boss fight of that dumb cave area was really fun. Other than how the game looked, I thought the trailer, like, none of the trailers really looked that good until we started getting to some of the concerning trailers. And it, you know, it was in development for so long that, like, one, you can say, like, it could have been my most anticipated game of all time. But on the other hand, it's like, when something's in development for that long, I also sometimes have a hard time caring about it. So it's a bummer, but, like, fortunately I'm not, like, dying over it. Is this an invisible katana? Zebra. You like this? Zebra, this is you? Ooh, I liked that stab move. Got it. That's looking like that's a charged R2. Oh, that's an R2. A crystal clear gray. Oh, it's a crystal blade. That's pretty cool. Katana was originally wielded by the one who gave us the first death. Oh. He didn't wield a katana, and still exists imperfectly between planes. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't have Wu Clement in it. Again, like, I like those stupid human characters. Also, I think I keep referring to them as this in my head because I think it's so funny. But calling them the human characters when when the main character, the player character, is human. She's a human woman. Calling them the human characters I think is really funny. But you know what I mean. I like them. I just don't like the way that, like, I don't like the other things that the game does that sometimes involve them. I'm getting close to the end. I have all of the MacGuffins for, like, the big first quest. And Prime, at least, you know, if this follows other Prime conventions, which I would imagine it probably will, Prime always does a final quest at the end that has you revisit the world. A lot of people don't like that about Metroid Prime 1 and 2 specifically. They are wrong. If you're playing a Metroidvania, you should be going back and doing cleanup on the whole world anyway. And it's just something fun to track down and do, and a little scavenger hunt for you to do as you do that. That's what I think. But I don't know, people don't like those. But I do imagine there will be one in this game too, so I think that there will be something else that I'll have to do. That it won't be as long as, like, the main quest. But I think I'm definitely getting there on the game. Alright, okay, so we did that. Drangley Castle. Okay, I remember this guy. This was everybody was being funny, and I felt bad because I wasn't reading the chat area. This is very specifically, this is everybody was being funny, and I retroactively felt bad because I wasn't reading the chat area. Oh, can I play Breath of the Wild for Slot Pact? Absolutely you can, Zebra. Absolutely you can. While I don't think Breath of the Wild is as packed with open world slop, it definitely has slop in it, I think. I guess it's not what. Oh, yeah, fuck. I would allow it still. I would allow it, but if we think it's just Western slop, then I get that too. I just think it would be funny to see Zebra beat Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I remember where we are. We gotta go here. How Snack doesn't recognize what he has, Isaac? I'm taking it back just for you. Isaac, I'm sure you were saying something funny that other night too, but I'm rescinding that compliment just on you. Yo, this guy wasn't ready for me. I know what I have. Sometimes I'm just, I don't know, trying to... I think that was the only night we didn't make positive boss. I had a mission to fulfill. And you know what? If I had slowed down and read the chat, we still wouldn't have done it, but... That's all. Okay, what am I doing in here? Yeah, that's true. It's the only Nintendo game to ever win GOTY. Is that true? The older Game Awards, when did the Game Awards start? The one that Breath of the Wild won is the first Game Awards I can remember really watching, which I guess would have been 2017, right? That was a good year. Yeah, we haven't done anything, Pixel. I know we've been playing for an hour and 40 minutes. We have not done anything.
Welcome, visitor. Our guests are treated with honor.
We've just been going around talking to people and yapping about other bullshit.
Tell me if you should require anything.
Isn't Infamous Second Son like a spin-off anyway? Or was that actually Infamous 2? Is there a real Infamous 2? Is that the one that you played? I remember watching a little of that and thinking that the story seemed dumb. Is it like a proper Infamous 3? Oh, this isn't even what we're trying to do. We need to go to the throne.
Gone so soon.
Hey, thanks, man, but whatever. Oh, I remember this. This is a Yap Sesh stream, but don't worry. We gotta wait for Jarouge to, Jarouge has to run out, Jet Force Set Radmanai. So, woman and then dark. Oh yeah, you got it. Are we going? What did we say? I still don't remember now what Sis was saying. Front, therefore front. Can't argue with that. Left. Okay. Let's see if there's something I can do in here. I mean, the thrones, I feel like it would make sense. Oh, this is nothing. Big ass thrones. You remember that? Here's what I want to know. Where are my lore experts on this? Remember when we went into the Shrine of Amala to go down into the like final area, and there was that dinky ass little chair? Was that supposed to be Vendrick's stupid chair? Who was sitting in that stupid ass little chair? That wasn't big enough for him. He never would have fit in that chair. It was like when you're an adult and you try to sit in one of those little kid like little kid patio chairs. Whose dinky chair was that? Wasn't like the King Soul on it? That chair was not for the butt of kings. How the fuck do I get out of here? Don't hit me! Okay, so if this is nothing, then we really only have one other thing to kind of check up on. I think. Other than the wheelchair quest. And it's in the Black Gulch, apparently, which we returned to explore very briefly. But I'm not surprised that we missed something here, because I hated this area. And it seems really hidden, and also at the time that we were doing this, we were right at the end of the stream, as I remember. But I think I can probably most quickly get there from here. Because this is the like grabby hand area. Oh no, this is way down at the bottom. There's no Woodland Child Gully. That's not in this game. You're not real. You're fake. Oh, look at, he's like a Unga Bunga. Woodland Child Gully. Down here? This is the opposite of Woodland Child. Whoa. Is he wielding the butcher knife thing? Oh, whoops. Oh, Shadow of Mordor. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I guess if we're all playing AAA slop, then Breath of the Wild would be off the table. Breath of the Wild is good also. But it's not supposed to be bad games. You guys, recently I randomly brought up and by I mean like the fellas did it together, kind of. We made a slop pact. I don't remember how it came up, but it was at Will's Astrobot stream. We made a pact. This was Sunday last week. A pact that we... Oh, because it was because of Horizon and Astrobot. That's right. We made a pact that in 2026 we were going to play like one of those open world filled with like slop quests, AI generated, even though not actually. One of those like sloppy open world AAA Western games that like win a bunch of awards at the Jeff Show. It started because of Horizon. Yeah, AAA, not triple. A Jeff Slop darling is what we decided to play. So, Sizz said he wanted to play Days Gone, which I think is easily the worst game that's been dibsed so far. Days Gone seems genuinely bad, but I also think Sizz would like it, so I get that. I said I wanted to play Ghost of Tsushima, which is a game I was interested in when it came out, but not interested in it enough to want to play it. Ghosts of Tsushima, but I love like samurai stuff like that. I mean, it's a Sucker Punch game. I'm sure it's good. Will, I think, also said he wanted to play that. Days Gone, it's got motorcycle. Is it Ghost? It's not Ghosts. I guess it's Ghost, because you're the ghost. So I don't know if anybody else wants to join in the Slop Pact. I don't know. I don't think we're like organized doing it. But we intend to make a pact to beat one of those kinds of games next year. I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. I think that game is probably cool, except like it'll feel like eating oatmeal at a certain point. I would take it over Days Gone. Anyway, I don't know why I'm down here. Sizz told me to look. Well, I think we're looking for another little drop down. That looks like something. We're looking for another little drop down similar to the one that we dropped down to find the deal. I thought we were gonna hear Jarouge. You thought we were gonna Art of Dying? Nah, we got it, Eatness. Don't even worry. I'm a pro at this point. Also, like, we're quite over leveled for this area. I personally think that one should be allowed to play Breath of the Wild for a Slop Pact. It won the Game Awards. Did you guys see that AG Aonuma... Did you guys see this? Hear about this? I think this was real news and not like a fake post. Did you guys see that AG Aonuma made some comment about age of imprisonment? Where he was like, we hope to take cues from this for the direction of the next Zelda or something. It might be over. Or we may be in the dark timeline. Now, I like Breath of the Wild, and I'm sure that Tears of the Kingdom is good too. But I think that's worrisome. Specifically what I saw for it was a quote retweet, and the quote retweet said, terrible, like awful day for someone who thought Tears of the Kingdom was ranged from pretty fun to terrible. And I definitely am at the high end of that range, but not beyond it. And I also don't want to see the next mainline Zelda take cues from Age of Imprisonment. I think what he meant was like, I don't know, what it seemed like was staying in that world and like expanding on that story. And even though I think the little story things in at least Breath of the Wild are fun, it's just like isn't. I don't know if I have to say it, but it just isn't there. It's like it's not enough. The story is not there. Was this Age of Calamity then? Was this old news, Will? It's this. We definitely didn't do this. If it was Age of Calamity, then I guess it was probably old. But if it was Age of... Or is that the... What's the new... Age of Imprisonment? Is that the new one? Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, it looks like it. Sizz? Sizz! But Sizz, I don't have the key for this! But Sizz, you're... Is this also just, like... to know, Scotchy? It is the same kind of door. Okay, so we'll remember those doors. Remember those doors. Maybe more to find down here. Oh, okay. Well, shoot. Well, I misunderstood my Sizz then. Well, dang it. Okay, I'm gonna run for it. Fuck you. I also agree. I think it's fine if they don't want to I think it's fine if they don't want to like kind of go back to the 3D Zelda design that was Skyward, like Ocarina to Skyward Sword. Because I think, you know, we played Skyward Sword on here, and I like that game, but it's not one of my favorites. I think that at least the kind of the road they were on with that, I sort of feel like they hit a dead end there a little bit too. And I think Breath of the Wild was a warranted change, and everyone was feeling that at the time, and I still believe that it was a positive change. But I think, like, if you're gonna keep doing games like that, fine. But also, like Kingo said, just put out some other side Zeldas that I think I would like another like a 2D like top-down Zelda that doesn't feel like Echoes of Wisdom next. Personally, I would like a top-down Zelda that's a little more like Link Between Worlds or A Link to the Past or something like that than one that also is like I like Echoes of Wisdom. I thought that was a good game. It was one of my favorite games from that year, but it's gonna get fatiguing and tiresome if you keep doing it over and over again, I think. And I think that they'll, like, eventually they'll learn that, but I like Zelda. I don't want to, like, have apathy toward... Well, there's one. I don't want to, like, look at the Tears of the Kingdom I haven't opened on my... or, like, I haven't played on my shelf and be like, when am I going to get around to that? Like, I don't know. That's not how Zelda should be for me. Whoops. Yeah, and the thing, like, you want to talk about, like, it's bad? Tears of the Kingdom was like, I think I think is like the first Nintendo, like huge, like big award-winning, like loved Nintendo game like that started getting those kinds of contrary opinion, like YouTube videos and stuff. And I'm sure a lot of those videos are stupid, but even I think if a vocal minority of your fan base has this issue with the game, that says something. Because even though, like, no game like, there's not everyone who loves every game. Breath of the Wild felt like a revelation, kind of. I like, other than like critical reception and like, when the game out, people loved it, and like all those big games, there's a cycle. You don't have to name it the like Zelda cycle. There always is. But I feel I've seen much higher I think I've seen a lot more negative critique of Tears of the Kingdom than I did of Breath of the Wild. I know, like, I don't know, like what you see here is not the same as there, but I also feel like it seems like the fan base is I wouldn't be surprised if the fan base was like, I don't know if I want another one of these, or a higher majority of them would say that. All right, what is this? Oh, we got some giants in here. Oh, 2 of them. What were we doing down here, fellas? I would have been ski bewildered down here. I guess it makes sense to like wait to point it out until we had seen the giants. Because I don't think I would have really got it the same way before. Also, look at us. Look at me, Sharouge, out here handling these guys with my 1 axe and my torch out. I think when it comes to like my own kind of reservations about Totk, it seems like there's one really amazing thing in it, which is like this kind of like building like physics engine thing and all the stuff you can do with it. And I'm sure that that's amazing. But like when I look at that, it doesn't look like the kind of gameplay system that I look at and I'm like, that like immediately I can't wait to mess around with that. It's just like that kind of stuff is not, you know, it's more, I feel like that's almost more on the kind of like creative, almost like Animal Crossing-y kind of end, which is just not really what I wanted to be doing in Zelda. So I think that's what's kind of put me off on it. And I've heard you can break a bunch of the dungeons with that shit, so I don't know. Comb, you can play Stray, but Stray is not part of Slop Pact. That is not what we're talking about. Hey, that was cool. We got the key also. Don't worry, I saw it. I was rambling, but I saw it. So that's probably what we used to get those doors. Got a Ring of Giants +1. Is that one of the ones that I have equipped or have in my inventory? Stray is not a fucking sport. Poise. What am I, a supple Victorian woman? I don't need that. This is sort of rude. Remember, I think there was one level where Girouge got in one of those. He's a goof ass. There was one level where Girouge got in one of those. Comb, you can play Stray, but that's not part of Slop Pact. You can play Stray, it's just not Slop Pact. Stop asking me. Alright, I think we're done down here, but I'm gonna go back up to the top now. You guys, I had a job interview today. Felt pretty good about it. If they call me back, do not think I will be accepting the position. It was, I think I liked the interview. I think I did well. The ladies were nice who interviewed me. You know, it seemed like there were some good things about it. But even though, like, it was a position that I thought sounded sort of interesting, I don't think I really quite understood, he's goated, exactly what the workflow would be like until I got there, and then I knew what kind of job it was. So the job was it was at a hospital for patient access rep, which this job lists having a degree as, I believe having a degree is a requirement for, or at least like some experience. But I think it seemed like it was, like, honestly, when I got there and like talked to them about it, like it was fairly entry level. But basically, it's like if you're in the ER and you need, like, you know, to get ER patients' paperwork done or something like that, you need people who are like medical staff who are gonna like run it and like know healthcare and health insurance and like handle all that kind of shit. Which I think sounds like it would be a fine job, but the hospital that I interviewed for this at is the busiest ER. This is what they said: the busiest ER of any hospital in our area, which is big and has multiple towns and a lot of hospitals in it. And the pay was like, I quit my job and, I'm not expecting to get hired on making the same amount of money I was making before because, I feel like unless you go right into another position like that where they're like, well, we see what you were making and we'll match that. I feel like you expect to take some level of cut, which would be fine with me. I just wanted to do something different. But what they said, like, the starting pay was just not enough, I think, for me, for especially how stressful the job sounds. Again, I've worked in mental health as a mental health tech. That was extremely stressful. And, I I also, in that job, spent a lot of time in ERs with people because you had to do ride-alongs and stuff like that too. And I've seen what on those busy days some of those ERs look like. And so, you know, I am glad that I got an interview because since I really started going hard on this, other than one other one that I ended up getting and then deciding I didn't even want to go to because I just sort of randomly applied to the job on a whim, I haven't had one yet. So it felt good to, you know, like get in my suit, de-rust. I think I made a good impression. I think the ladies were a little confused, again, at why this specific position is one I was interviewing for. But I think I played it off pretty well. I don't know. I think it went well, but I don't think I'm gonna accept it if they call me back. Unless they were like, "Oh, we found a bunch of zebra money in the vault, and we can double your salary." And I would be yeah, I don't know. It seemed like a lot of work for not very much money, but it was fun. You know, felt good. We could have ridden the cage. Dang it. I guess, like, what else would that room have been? Hello. Maybe this is where we'll start this quest.
You have the look of a true I am Dark Diver Grandal, seeker of
Dark Diver Grandal is the most Dark Souls named character of all time.
I will grant you as much as you desire.
Dark, duck, dip, dodge, and diver.
Is dark what you wish for?
I broke the cycle, dude. But it looks like this is a quest, maybe, so yes. There's no more dark. I broke the cycle. I think Daruj is just, like, traipsing about the land, going like, nah, don't worry about that anymore. I decided to struggle onward. It's fine. Oh! A Pilgrim of Dark is raw, though. Give human effigy. Oh, this is... I think remember Sis telling us about this. Are we going into the abyss? Is this happening? It looks like I can step on that, but maybe it's not what it seems like. This looks like a portal to me. This looks like the same dialogue. Who's have to buy? He has human effigies. I could buy too. He's also got some hexes, which we don't believe in. But he sells bonfire aesthetics, which is pretty cool. Alright, Sis, what is this? How do I do it? I don't want to waste my effigies if I don't have to. I know that these are, like, all over the world. Like, there are a bunch of these. I don't know how involved this is, though. So just don't die, lock in? What do you mean, we should go in? Or do you mean just give them all of our human effigies? Oh, I can't even give any. Oh, it's probably because I'm dead. Probably need to be human. Alright, settle down, guys. Baldy McNose hair. You guys, it's going back to this kind of. I don't know if I specifically touched on it, but Will talking about how people take the Sonic stories so fucking seriously, which I do really think they do. Another thing I've seen a lot lately, because I follow some Sonic people, I like Sonic. Another thing I've seen a lot lately is I've seen people posting these clips of how Sonic sounds in, I think it's the Frontiers DLC. And whew, like, have you guys seen this? Have we seen this stuff? Maybe it's just the base game. Have you heard some of these line reads of how, like, Craig Smith sounds in Sonic Frontiers? He sounds really weird. And I knew, like, that they were kind of going, like, a bit of a more kind of serious direction with it, and I did know that they kind of directed him to sound like that, but I saw this clip the other day, and I couldn't believe that's the same actor. And I definitely couldn't believe that the voice that they were doing was doing Sonic. Are you dual-wielding chimes? Are you a turtle man? Dual-wielding chimes? Dude, your mom. I don't want to use turtle man. Sharouche. Oh, no. Need to chug. Did he chug? Sharouche, that was not the move. Sharouche, that was not the move. Sharouche! We didn't lock in. Sorry, Sizz. I thought I was locked in. We didn't lock in. There's no way it's already 1:40 here. Came in, welcome belts. I got a protein shake, hell yeah. Watch an episode of Bleach. Oh, fuck. You guys, they put the Bleach characters in Fortnite. That was pretty crazy, right? We see this. Hey, can you let me in again, man? Yeah, jump in the depths back up for me. Is my shit still in there? Whatever do you mean? Yoo-hoo. Oh, I wonder if it's like one per try. Let's see how this works now. Alright, we do have to lock in then. Came and watched Bleach? That's wild. Real super funny. Ichigo, Uryu, Rukia, and Orihime. Which, if you know anything about Bleach, you know that there's like one of the jackpot boys is not included in that. Even though there's 4 characters from Bleach that are getting into Fortnite. I think like if you're gonna leave one out, it's definitely Chad. Chad is just sort of a wasted character. But it's still really funny that Chad is not getting into Fortnite when all the other like, you know, like Team Ichigo, like the friend characters are. It's super funny actually. You know, call me when they put One Piece in. I liked Bleach when it was the right time to like Bleach, I think, which was like 2005. I don't think Bleach stands the test of time. There's not 2 guys! No! I gotta lock in, Sharouche. Woo! Woo! Oh. No, there's no One Piece yet. Yeah, Chad's the big guy. Well, they put Rukia in, and she's supposed to be, like, short. And she's the normal size. We might want a gut sword? No, come on, Sizz. Oh, Sharouche. We might want a gut sword. Because there are a bunch of these we're going to have to do, right? Isn't the first one a freebie, though? Sizz, confirm? Sizz, confirm that the first one's a freebie on each one? Yeah, for sure. Short Chad would be weird. Hold on, let me do one more with the axes, Sizz. Bet. It's not cope. The axes aren't cope. Alright, Gandalf the Dark. Watch me this time. Oh, the axes again, eh? Traveler. No. Don't worry. It's good. It'll be worth it this time. The big turtle guy, we can easily beat him, I think. Just so long as that other guy doesn't jump in. That other guy who I think might have... He was like a... What the fuck? You aren't down here. Am I still hurt? Not very much. That other guy was like a like an Elden Ring pothead guy. He was like a... From what I could tell, he was a pot-wielding Elden Ring... like a flame-wielding Elden Ring pot guy. Now he's coming up. You know what? I think I'm gonna use a little stony. Should have put my poison shit on too. That would have been fun to use here. No. See, like this does good damage. This move. I can jump out of the way. Run it back a little. He's chugging. Get some more of these in. Pot guy's raw, I believe it. He seems raw. There we go. We're locking in to prove that axes are worth it. Maybe I can find some effigies down here. Most normal R1 of all time. What, this? This is good, because if you keep mashing it, it does more damage. On that guy, listen, he has a lot of defense. It staggered him. It staggers him. That was why we were doing it. The fuck is that? Oh, that's another Darkling, I think. Where was that other guy? There he is. He's like a Elden Ring pot guy before pot guy. He's a pot romancer. Whoa. Why don't you come on up here? Hey, don't be... If you're gonna throw fireballs like that, come up here and say it to my face. 66,700 years? Take these chains off and say it again. Fuck, they're coming up. No, there aren't you. You are not you. Stop. I know you will come all the way up. I've seen you up here before. Ciz did not teach me everything he knows. I watched Ciz play Dark Souls 1, and I did not see him going for the big shit that I did not see him go. The way we play this game is, I think personally, the most fun way, which is just no spacing, and don't worry about anything else, and go for the biggest attack possible as often as possible. Personally, that's how I like to play the game, but I know that is not how Ciz likes to play it. Fuck. I'm not dead, right? It's not Zebrag Force, it's smart play, because you have to figure out how to get away with doing the giant stupid attack. No, you didn't heal. There's no... You guys are doing stuff that's not in the game. Stop it. I'm running in here. There's no fake pits down here to try to get me, are there? When it comes to any game like this, and I'm not even just talking about 3D games, I am not an aggressive player. I'm all about finding where you can do things from. It might seem aggressive to always want to go for like the big, slow, big hit you for half your health bar move. But it's not, in my opinion. I'm not like that in Hollow Knight either. In Hollow Knight, I want to know exactly where I need to be standing at all time to get like one hit in and to not get hit by the boss's attack. That's what works for me as a player. When I get aggressive, I just start mashing buttons. And it's just like not my strength. No, there's no dragon ring breaking. Guy, chill, man. We've seen it on this playthrough. Whenever I mash buttons, we run in and we die with like one little sliver of health left on the guy. Look, Sis. Proved. Proof, 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 proof. That was pretty tricky, though. All right, what? Is there something in here? Let's look around. Should I light a torch? I just don't want to fall in a pit is the thing. I think there so easily could be a pit to fall in. Fuck you. Alright, I guess I just walk right into the waterfall and my torch goes out. I guess I deserved that. Oh, look at that little hole. That's that shit that I look into and I'm like, I want to stick my hand in that. I got a Sunderlandian urge to put my hand in a hole like that, even if some terrible cave spider would come out. That's a little flaney hole. Do you think Flaney's down here? I think because, you know, it's Dark Souls 1. We were playing that, like, that and Fire Emblem overlapped for a short amount of time. Obviously, this game being so far removed from Three Houses time-wise, it was never going to have the same level of flaney as that one. But I kind of think that, in a way, that's, like, sort of beautiful exactly how it should be. Because much like Flaney was like a upfront presence in the Dark Souls 1 world, I think in this world it's more like the echoes of Flaney still radiate through like the memories of those who've forgotten. Alright, tight, we did this. It's more like, I think the flanium within her, like, resonated with the Dark Souls, like after she left the Dark Souls world, the traces of flanium that were left behind like resonated throughout the world. Okay, well I think the exit is down here by this fog wall. There's two ways to go. We could go down this little pit, which doesn't seem ideal. But it doesn't seem like I'll die either. I just think it's going to put me right down at the bottom where I have to deal with these two guys again. This guy, I think I can kite up here. Yeah, the flanium is so funny. That's where, like, it really feels like some stupid Avengers shit or something. Uh-oh, Jarouge, too slow! Oh, my ring's broken, too. This is not good. I wonder if I disengage and I, like, run out of here. If I could deal with that guy single-axing. You know what? Because my ring is broken, like, we need the ring to do this build. I think I am gonna, just to get us out of here, I'm gonna use the sword. I don't like that stupid guy with his stupid ways. It seems like his attacks, whatever that thing that he has. Is it this? No. Whatever weapon he's attacking us with, it seems like it erodes my gear. Which is annoying. Where's my scroachy shield? We can still normal roll with this. The Flanium Whip is great because it's genuinely raw. So look at us with this thing. Oh. I finally put up my Christmas decorations this week, you guys. I know some people, I'm sure, would say, why did it take you so long? It's Christmas next week, but it always takes me forever. But then it evens out because I leave them up until like March, basically. But my mom came over and we did that together, which was fun. We drank cider. My mom had discovered this Christmas album she listened to as a kid. You're alive? No, you're not. That she was super excited to play because I think there's this one Christmas CD we used to have that my sister and I specifically loved the version of 12 Days of Christmas that was on it. I think it was a Bing Crosby CD, honestly, is what it was. It had this weird-ass version of 12 Days of Christmas that we thought was really funny. And so eventually at some point, like, that CD got misplaced. Apparently, my mom thought she had found it, but what she actually found was a different CD that she had as a kid that she thought was the thing we were talking about, but it actually wasn't. Maybe she played it for us when we were really little, but I didn't remember it. But this was a weird-ass Christmas CD. I'm going to pull up what it was called. It should be on my Spotify, because I played it. Here we go. If you ever want to listen to some weird-ass Christmas music, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas by Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. It had this super bizarre version of Rudolph that she was like, you guys this isn't it? You don't remember this? And I was like, no. But it was really funny. I was cracking up at this, that she was like, yes, I loved this as a kid. And I was like, you loved this? I'm worried that that's a pit over there. Should we just go? Should we just leave? I'm worried that the baby thinks people can't change. I'm worried that's a pit. I'll put up lights outside for the first time ever? That's cute, Zebra. What deck Flaney would play in Yu-Gi-Oh? Flaney was a Yu-Gi-Oh card once. Oh, really? They were in that one? That's super funny. I don't think I would have remembered. I remembered the skit, obviously. I don't think I would have remembered the line from that skit. The Pennsylvanians, though. I do see how that would be memorable. Oh, they weren't. Okay. I think they could have been. I mean, unless those are all made up. Those might not be real groups. Anyway, it was this, like, weird jazz band. That apparently this was the Christmas CD my mom had. I opened the fog wall, but I'm trying to figure out if this is worth using another flame butterfly to run around over there. It doesn't seem like there's anything over there, so I think I answered my own question. Yeah, it seems like this is the way out. Whee! Alright, one down. There are a lot more of these. So I guess I should just start going towards ones that I remember where they are. So I know there's one in the deleted my notes app woods. But first we gotta go back and fix the ring. I gotta bless the ring. What else went on? I feel like there was something else this week I wanted to talk about. The job interview was, I think, the big thing. I like doing I don't know if other people feel this way. I like doing a job interview because even though, like, in one way I think I am being my authentic self during it. In another way, it feels like an opportunity to play like a character. It feels like an opportunity to play the best version of my authentic self. What I'm saying is basically, it feels like an excuse to like lie a little bit. And obviously, you know, you shouldn't just completely lie at your job interview. It's not going to end up well, but I don't know if other people think that. Like, it's like being fake, but also being real, kind of. Feels like you have your task is to perform. And I think that's interesting, at least. I mean, give me another 2 months if I get, like, really fucking sick of it. Could be looking bad. But you know, as far as it goes, I don't know. I think it's just like I've never had like a even my last job I had where I went in and I completely botched the interview and then they offered me a job anyway. I've never had like I've never walked out of one. Like I walk into them nervous, but I never walk out like feeling shitty. I usually walk out feeling good. Want to use the third dragon ring? Consider also using the bracing knuckle ring. What is this? Oh, this. Oh yeah, it has very low durability is what this is, right? Yeah. What are you doing, Jarouge? 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Beauty, beauty, beautiful one day. All right. He's doing the Jarouge hot step. What should we take off? This. Jarouge with a Shinpachi drip on. Guys, we'll finish Gintama. My life is already so high. We might not need the life ring. The life kind. Knuckle duster, we said. We got a +2 knuckle duster. My life is still good. Hello, she. Fiora, I'll be back for you. All right, we got enough time to. We got time. We got enough time to get another one of these done. I'm using the axes. Sizz, hold on. We just need to be careful. Okay, is it? No. Yes. I think it's this one. This was the first one of these we found. This is close to where the Crow Lady was. Where the Crow Lady was. But then we freed her and now she was other place. This is close to where the Crow Lady was. Well, I think I can get there from here. You are here? There's no lion guy here. You didn't... Making up places where the enemies spawn. They're making this shit up. They're making it look fake. Remember, this sucks. I think I can, like, just kind of nip the lip on it, though. Nope. This is the most memorable of the, like... I remember it based on what I talked about while we were doing it area. To me, because it involved true sadness and tragedy in my life. That due to my own short-sighted stupidity, I forgot about my notes app and I lost everything. Oh, maybe I can... Well, it's in there. We can't get to it from there, Sizz. I thought there was like a door I opened here. I know you can fall into it then. Maybe that's the only way in. The True Jerusalem show. Was it this? Oops. No, fuck. No. I'm leaving. Try me, bitch. Try me. That job that I interviewed for, also, they do... I mean, it's, you know, it's a hospital job. I don't think there's much you can do in a hospital that isn't like this because they all... they have to be open all the time. It was also... It would have been day shifts was the shift they had open. But it was one of those, like, you know, every other weekend, and then you like get some extra days off in the week. But when I was thinking about it, I was like, do I want to work every other weekend? You have to like cancel Weird Champ Friday, kind of. I don't know, like obviously I would rather have work. I would rather have work than like continue to do Weird Champ Friday forever. And by rather have, I mean I would not rather have that, but I know that's what I need. But also, who wants to work every other weekend still, even without that? Like, I guess that's like the main thing that would have been my reservation. Yo, here's Forlorn. We were just talking about you guys. It's killing me. Stop. Night, Pixie. Pixel, have fun in your bed. I'm gonna get approved for bed. I don't know why I like yelled it like he was in the other room. Forlorn, how come you're throwing hands today? I guess he like always does this. I feel like it always takes me forever to kill this guy. Because he rolls in. I'm taking the rumpus room. Damn it. Rumpus room. Heh. This weapon's good, sis. You're the one who was trying to get me to use axes. I don't know why you're now complaining about this. Look, we got a human effigy out of that. That gives me one additional axe try. Sis! Sis! This is the DK64 area, too, because remember? That's the laughing sound. It's from DK64. And by that I mean, I don't know, it's like a stock sound effect. It's in all kinds of stuff. But it is in DK64. The who is it? The fairy, the big banana fairy. Makes that noise. And I think Candy at the end does too when she comes out, and she's like a badass dime piece. And K. Rool's like, boing, which is what happens at the end of DK64. Beep, beep, it was in the tall grass over here. I knew it was around here somewhere. Here, this. Okay. Here we go. Hello, friendo. My devotion is deepened.
Dead. The dark beset upon you runs.
But also, I think
deeper than I had
it's Ed and Eddie have it maybe, or it's like a stock
imagined. How much
female laugh sound effect. We talked about it.
you have seen dark that has existed from times long past. What once was a great void of darkness
This is
became but fragments.
this guy is the Gramps
Slowly,
voice actor, right?
scattered fragments grew, absorbing all things. It is we who will be pilgrims to these sacred sites.
I should have put my poison shit on. Damn it.
May the
Okay, give me my free try.
shine your
Yes,
way.
very, very good, pilgrim. All pilgrims of the dark get one free try. Well, give it to me, man. Oh, here we go. I guess I had to hear his text first. Yes, very good, pilgrim. You get one free try. Maybe we don't get a free try. Maybe I have to talk to
The
him.
embrace of the dark is deep.
Okay, or maybe I have to use a human effigy. May the dark shine your way. You realize how ridiculous that sounds, don't you?
The mouth to the dark chasm is not normally open. If you seek,
Okay, I guess I already used up my free try. Maybe if we had stayed on that try, if we had stayed on that same free man at the beginning, then maybe we could have carried it through to this one too. I got this. We're finishing this tonight. This one doesn't count for positive boss because, I don't know, because I don't want it to. Nah, it does. It does. This one doesn't count for positive boss because, frankly, I don't want it to. Oh shit, JJK. If we can do all of these dark Abyss challenge things, which says there's 2 more. I will watch the JJK trailer. I'll take the moral high ground that it was not positive boss, but we can still watch the trailer. I don't know why I'm setting restrictions on something I want to do, but it's JJK. Of course I'm setting a restriction. Get it? It's called discipline. If you think I'm not creeping through here, you got another thing coming. Okay, it seems like it's just the same, like, enemy set. Now, I think Girly Pop over there sees me. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, so there's a pit here, and I think there's another one down there, too. Am I in my power stance? Oh. Oh, you're a different guy, actually. Okay. I know the pit. I'm respecting the pit. I'm not playing. Oh, no. Hold on, I wasn't respecting the pit. Hold on. Let me out of here. I'm trying to get past you guys. There was. Oh, but the C says that was that try. That was my free try I got from Forlorn. That's like finding a quarter on the ground in the arcade. That one didn't count. Mom still says I can play another one. I didn't know those 2 guys were gonna run in. Yeah, speaking of DK64, I beat a game this week that has nothing to do with that game, which was Rayman 2: The Great Escape. We talked about that, I'm sure, when it got announced for coming to NSO, and then it did come to NSO, and I played it, and I had a fun time. I did not remember this, though it seemed like it was something other people remembered, but if you are a Zoomer and you've never held an N64 controller, or you're not familiar with the console, there was a sometimes but fairly uncommonly used accessory for the 64, where there were these memory cards, or I think they're called memory cards still, but the thing is called the controller pack. The 64 controller has this slot in the back. I think it's most well known for where you put the Rumble pack. It's also where you put the Pokemon Game Boy transfer pack thing in for Pokemon Stadium. It's this appendage that the 64 controller has. But yes, some third-party games, instead of, I guess, just saving to the cartridge, they saved the save data to these memory cards, which you would insert into the controller pack also. I have one because one of my favorite games is Rayman 2, and Rayman 2 uses the memory cards. But what I did not know is that Nintendo Switch Online NSO does not have a way to emulate, like, the idea that there's... I guess probably because they were multi-plat games. Maybe that's why. It does not have a way to emulate the memory pack. So if you're playing Rayman 2 on there, you just have to save with restore points, which isn't that big of a deal. But... in Rayman 2, there are these collectibles in every level called lums. They're like the main collectible. There's 50 in each level, and instead of like being like a coin or something, they're more like a note or something in Banjo. Rayman 2 is a linear kind of action platformer. The stages are like more like they're open stages, but it flows more like Crash Bandicoot or something compared to Mario. It's like an action platformer game. And like some of the lums, like most of them are pretty easy to get, and I've played the game a lot, so I know where they all are. But some of them are hard to get, especially in the last level. There's this big slide where it's really easy to miss some of them. And so I'm playing the level at the very, very end of the game. I miss 1 or 2 lums. I'm like, no big deal. I'll just go back for them so I can get them all. But what I didn't remember is that I get to the end of Rayman 2, and it's a 64 game, and this was pretty common back in the day. It's one of those games that you have to turn the game off to get back to your file. Like the final, like, the end, like, you win screen, you don't progress past it. There's no button you can click or anything to get you back to the main menu. Zelda 64 is like that. You know, there's a lot of games in that era were like that. And so then I have this realization that I haven't made a restore point. Like, I don't think I made one before the final level. I think my last one I made was like 2 levels before that. And I'm not going to be able to load a save to go back and get these last, like, 3 or 4 lums. So I just didn't do it. Which is fine. Like, I've played the game a bunch of times. But that's stupid. There should be a way to save your game. I don't know. I mean, I guess the alternative is that none of those memory card games ever get put on NSO. Which I would rather, you know, have the game in some form than not have it at all. But you're alive still? Oof. Mommy. But I don't know. That was a weird little... I mean, I don't know. I never played Rayman 2 like that before. Fuck. I never played the game like that before. It says, give me one more chance. But I didn't know that. I guess Operation Winback, is that what it's called? I think that's the one that uses it, and so N64 did launch with that. But I didn't play that on there. I didn't know that used the memory card. It's fascinating. It's interesting, the ghosts. But Rayman 2 is great. I love that game. And fortunately, they were smart enough to... maybe this is just how all NSO games are. Majora's Mask is on there, so it probably would make sense. But I think Nintendo Switch Online must function as though the expansion pack is in it. Because when you boot Rayman 2 on there, there's a little graphic, little spinny thing that says, like, expansion pack detected. But it is that expansion pack version of the game. And that game has, like, higher resolution textures, and I maybe think runs... It runs well on the 64 even without the expansion pack. It's one of the few games that I love on there that has really good frame rate most of the time. But I think the expansion pack boosts that a little bit too, so... If you're going to play the 64 one, that's definitely how you want to play it. I guess my 64 has an expansion pack, so I've never seen what it looks like without that. But you don't need it to run the game, it's just improved with it. Great game, though. I wish I could have saved it. I wish I could have saved at the end. Okay, this time... Does she see me? Why didn't I put my poison mist on? These guys, though, they are not the turtle guys. They don't have the defense of the turtle guys. If I just go hard on them, I can kill them. I can knock them out of there. I'm gonna see who's gonna come over. Have you ever played some memory card games a bunch without a memory card? I, as a kid at least, got consoles pretty late most of the time. And so, like, I don't know, I feel like I just did have one. Like, I knew about, like, because I feel like when you're a kid, usually if you're going to play a game without a memory card, it's because your parents forgot to get you one. Like for a present or something, and you had to go a little bit before getting one, or maybe they were out of stock and you couldn't find one or something. But personally, I had kind of experienced games. I knew what I needed by that point, just from friends and stuff like that. so I never had that problem. But I do remember my friend TJ, who got a GameCube that Christmas that it came out. I remember we played Luigi's Mansion on his GameCube when he didn't have a memory card yet. I think we beat it too. I think we played that whole game together at TJ's house. And we didn't save, as I recall. I remember seeing Bowser. I remember seeing the end of the game. Does a memory card come with a console? They didn't used to. Used to have to buy that shit. That shit was sold separately. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to... Oh my god, he does so much damage. Okay, one more time, sis. Sis, take a chance. Can you make a noise that sounds like that? Charouge, we're good, right? Actually, the funny thing is, I didn't own a GameCube until probably like 2000. Let's see. I remember getting Wind Waker when it came out, and that came out in 2003. So it was probably like maybe late 2002. I remember getting it, but I don't remember when it was. But you know, it came out in 01, and back in the day, I was really, really into specifically the SA2 Chow Garden. I like loved that when I was like, I don't know, I guess I was in probably 4th grade then, I guess. I was in 4th grade. I loved the Chow Garden. For one of my birthdays, I remember, because again, the neighborhood I grew up in had tons of kids, and everyone played games, and so like I played a lot of games at friends' houses. I remember for my birthday, I must have been probably, my birthday's in March, so it must have been March 2002. I remember asking for a memory card and getting one so I could like save my own Chow on like friends' games of SA2. That was what I wanted it for. I owned a GameCube memory card before I owned the console. Just because like I was like, well, I know I can get him on this. And eventually I did get it, and I did get SA2. It was the first game I got on GameCube. But it was just like a weird, like who does that? It was just a weird thing. What the how did I get here? Oh. What if we walked them back up here? Do you think that would work? Yeah, I love rental game save files. Unfortunately, that kind of went away with like cartridge games going away, but I love buying retro games and looking at like the save files that were on them from whoever had them beforehand. Yeah, that was definitely a thing. I owned like I think by the end of the GameCube era, I owned like just owned 3 or 4 memory cards. Because one came with Animal Crossing. One of them I got with the console, I remember. And then I think we maybe bought an extra third-party one. And then somehow I wound up with an extra... I think I had like a black one or something that had more memory space on it. Is that right? Was there a black one they put out that had higher storage? Because I think... I think I definitely had a black one. I think it might have like that. Fuck. Rouge, get out of there, Rouge. You Rouge! You Rouge! BK, have it your way, you Rouge! Share the world, you Rouge! Okay. Did he heal? I need to kill homie in the back, and then I can handle this guy, I know. You laugh, you Rouge. I don't want to go back in here, but I guess here I go. Going back in here again. Uh-oh. Wait, I'm not even power stancing anymore. I'm running up here. I am respecting the pit. I know where I am. I have perfect spatial Girougeness. I want to kill the archer. But yes, so games like Pokemon Coliseum, I mean Animal Crossing, I think is the most famous one. Took an entire, what is it, was it 256 memory blocks or whatever? Took an entire memory card to save on that game. I definitely remember... We need the sword for this. This sword guy does so much. He just has those fast, like, multiple consecutive hits. He has so much damage. What time is it? Oh, almost time to end. Let's go for a little longer. Let's see what we can do on this. Listen, in a different universe, I might have got a job that we wouldn't be able to do Weird Champ Friday anymore. Gotta make the most of it while we can. It was a sobering wake-up call. Weird Champ Friday doesn't last forever. Sharouche, what are you doing? Don't two-hand the shield. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do too. Why haven't we been using warmth? I'm putting on fart cloud stink. $48 blocks. It wasn't like 200. I think I had a memory card that, maybe there was a white one too. I think I had a memory card that was more blocks than the normal one. The little Animal Crossing one though, I remember had the little label on it. You could like write your little name on it and say, "This is my file." Yeah, but and you never wanted, like, you had to like sanction your memory card space. Yeah, it's definitely true. You had to ration that shit out. Cause sometimes there'd be like, and what was the worst is if you like got home with a game and you didn't know it was like more than like the one block or whatever, and you'd be like, oh man, like I gotta delete stuff for this now. Cause there were some games that randomly just used more blocks. Most of them didn't. Most of them only used a few, but some of them did. Those were the days. You had to make tough decisions. I definitely did it before. And I just say the GameCube because again, I didn't have a PS1 or anything. I did eventually get a PS2, but you know, I was a memory expert by that point. The GameCube was like my first console that had where I needed to worry about storage because I was a Nintendo kid. But those PS1 memory cards still are very small. I guess it just depends on how many you had. Check it. Boom! Send that shit to the sky. Oh, Jarouge. Oh, Rouge. Watch this. I need to kill this guy now. This is a decisive moment. You don't have Fusro Da. You made that attack up. There we go. Okay. Now I need... let's see. Okay, the archer coming in is good. I'm just gonna try to get him. Oh, this is the sword guy. Maybe I can still just get him. Are you a Luca Tealman? Okay, he wants to chug, but so do I. Oh, that is the archer guy. Okay, he's dead. It's looking so much easier. Listen, all I'm saying is swords over axes. Thinking swords. Thinking it's swords. You have 3 of these left. I'm going gamer mode on it. I'm doing it. Well, this one was very simple though, otherwise. Literally Fire Emblem. Swords are better than axes. Okay, man, how do you know that? Oh, I guess we still have to get out of here, though, so there probably is more. I feel like that's a pretty common thing to know. Swords beat axes, Mirakun. Well, K-Man, here's the... I'm sorry, K-Man, I'm gonna have to break it to you. Here's the thing about Three Houses. Three Houses does not have the traditional weapon triangle in it. That has actually done away with in that installment of the game. It has some skills that sort of act like the weapon triangle used to act, but as a whole, it's not there in the same level of form or rigidity as it is in the older games. I mean, I knew that. Okay. Well, we just wanted other people who might not have known to just know, right? We just wanted some other people who maybe wouldn't have known. Test to know I played Three Houses. I wish we were playing this on Switch, so I could show you my most played games on there. Yeah, there are a couple that don't use it. Not most of them, though. All right. 2. Xanthi? I like her. And I think 2 out of 3 here warrants a little discussion, because we've one more thing to talk about, you guys. What might it be, Snack? Well, well, well. There was Don this week. Hey, Sis, where is the last one? I remember seeing another one, but I don't remember where it was. That thing in the Shrine of Amala wasn't one, right? Shrine of Amali Doi. Bonfire for it specifically. I really don't remember. I remember seeing another one, but I don't remember where it was. Castle number 3, this one? Under Castle Drangleek? Don was good this week. The memory loss arc continues to be also memory loss arc. The Momo has amnesia arc continues to be content. Fuck you. I don't like these guys. Yeah, it's theming. It's like themes of this. Dandelion, see it all things. It was a cute chapter. And Sis, you remember when I used to tell you about that smiley girl that everyone loves? She was funny. She was so present in this chapter. There were so many panels where she was just in the panel, just being in the way, kind of, and being smiley. And then at the end, I don't know, she was just like just a funny presence in this chapter that was otherwise kind of just about the two main characters being dumb and in love, even though one of them doesn't remember it right now. And I liked it. She was, yeah, she had the homie drop a little bit, even though I don't think she really meant it. It's cute though. Yeah, she was on the plane. What was I gonna level up? Was it endurance, right? We're doing that. Dual wielding gut swords. That's my final form. Okay. Dual guts is some shit you wouldn't expect Jarouge to do outside of like a movie. Power scale the Beatles, please.
Finally, you are
Steiner,
here.
power scale them like the real Beatles?
Young and
I think Paul is the strongest Beatle. I think he's the most musically gifted.
you.
Just on like a technical level, which I feel like is where power scalers would sort of end up falling.
May the
Oh, I'm gonna do both.
you wish. As you wish.
I think that, like, he would be one. I think Ringo is last, unfortunately. He's sort of like the Krillin of the Beatles. I don't know who that's disrespectful to. I love Ringo. Last, though. I love Ringo last, though. No jumping needed. Well, I jumped. This is cool. This one's neat. We got torches. I'm gonna light a torch. I think it might just be like Paul, John, George, Ringo, but I think there's a case to be made for George over John. I don't think that one's quite clear cut. Ringo did once say that. It's so true. He sure did say it don't come easy. This is like the limestone caverns. Anyway, we don't know what Dark Souls 3 Ringo's power level will be like. But I think it's a difficult question for power scaling the Dark Soul Beatles. Because John Lemon had a like infinitely tougher quest than either of these two is the thing. I know, like, there's some level of, like, well, you know, the lore isn't quite, like, the same as the in-game challenge. But even, like, even with that in mind... Oh, no, no. Okay, good, good. Watch me here. You think I'm gonna fall? You don't know, Rouge. You think I'm gonna fall? You don't know, Rouge. John Lemon had easily the most difficult quest. I think I would say probably Paul McMartney is lowest. Not only did he have a fairly easy quest, but I just think he kind of like... He sort of just like set in his way and just kind of stayed that way. And while John Lemon did that too, again, I just think he had to face stronger trials. But neither of them have the aura that Jarouge has. Jarouge is like a combat god, kind of. I think he has like combat prodigy energy or something like that, you know? He's the only one of them who was capable of reaching dual wielding. Even though Paul like did have faith magic, Zhang had some goofy shit he could do. He had like a lightsaber sword. They all kind of wielded a similar weapon. I don't think anyone quite had the feats that Jarouge has had. And I just think like the breadth of skills he's able to use. Whoa! I think the breadth of his skill ends up mattering more than the level of adversity that Zhang had to face. Zhang also died fucking constantly. Pure skill fight, he wins. Agree. The Mario universe clears Dragon Ball. It's not even close. I believe it. Hold on. I was looking at the chat. Okay, that's the way out. So I'd imagine that the kiln is probably not in there. Probably a different direction. There are holes everywhere here, so I apologize. I have to lock in here for a moment. Oh, yeah? Alright. Look, see? What do we call this form? Dark Rouge? Dark Jarouge? Abyssal Jarouge. If in the fighting game, this would be like an alternate, like not a skin, but an alternate character you could pick. Who would have like, he'd be like kind of a clone character, obviously, but he'd have some things that were unique to him, and it'd be called Abyssal Jarouge. The people who like don't know the lore that well will be like, "What's up with Abyssal Jarouge? Like, when does that happen?" And he'd be like, it's I don't know. It's the games kind of make that more of a thing than it actually is. It's like one of those things. It's like, it's really more in the games. He doesn't really do that in the series itself. But I think you would have like tons of fan art. You've sealed your fate. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. One thing I have to tell you guys is I do respect this stupid pit right in the middle here. Okay. But now that we're out of this shit, now that I don't need to conserve my stupid fucking humanity anymore. We're going back to the axes next week. I think the axes are fun. I like using them. Ooh. Kingdom Hearts. Oh my god, there's a boss after all. Hold on. We may still be positive boss. Jarouge, what were we just talking up those feats for? It's time for you to prove it. This is raw also. Look at this guy. Are there two things in here? World's slowest death beam. That move, that is a Kingdom Hearts move. Whoops, I didn't mean to chug. Say, how fast can I throw out warmth? I'm using it. There may be pits in this room. Nice. That doesn't heal them too, does it? Sure hope not. I wonder if the magic that you use on him, he uses on you. It does heal them? Alright, well I just won't let him get into it. Ow. You are Abyssal Jarouge. You are the king. Fuck, get out of here. Wait, no, don't go in there. Wait. Base. Time out. Don't go in there, though? No, we shouldn't have used warmth. I'm sorry. That definitely is an opening for sure. This is a big opening. That is solid damage. He's still getting healed. What's happening now? Can you use the death beam again? I think we just need to put more consistent damage on him. Do I have to do that whole part again? No. Oh, what I've got! I got one more chance. I'm doing it. I'm using it. One more chance to lock in. We don't have light the kiln. Okay, I mean, in that case, I might be able to just run to the boss area. Fuck you. You aren't real. You can't hurt me because you're not real.
I knew there is more dark within you than even you.
Yeah, well, I saw that shit down there.
Dark is the mother of all. All things were born.
Humans are born of the dark. Sis. You could buy human effigies from this guy, right? We may do that again if we run out of time. I mean, I know I'm past my stream time now, but like, we're right at the end of this thing, right? Like, you want to do it. I would like, if possible, to get this done tonight. Because I think this is, right now at least, sort of seems like the last thing to do.
May the dark.
Except, I guess there's still one of those stone doors in the well that we didn't open. You're saying, Sis, I don't have to jump that? Oh, I can go around. So I guess I don't know what's in that one. We opened the one in the Black Gulch, but not the one in the well. But we can always go back and do that next week. I think I can probably run past him. Or maybe I have to kill him. But just this one we have to kill. Everything else is pretty easy. Oh, never mind. Actually, it's all over. Can I go in? No. You have to do it. They're all here. This is it, Sharouge. This is the end. I didn't know you had to kill all of them. Hold on. We have one more we can do, though. I can buy one more. That doesn't count. It says 16 chance. This is for JJK. Wait, hold on. I just realized that this is for Jujutsu Kaisen. Oops. I shouldn't have used that. 20,000! That's my soul of a great hero! Hey, K-Man, have a good night. At this point, I'm just gonna level up then. Let's kill this guy. $300. This isn't just for JJK. This is for Gojo. Holy. Don't worry about, no one worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about this. How much do I need? It's like 32. Well, shoot. Is there somewhere else that you can buy the human effigies? Yeah, we definitely want as many heals as we can get for that boss. Though, I could have put a lot more damage on that boss if I hadn't put warmth down and started healing it.
Lonely times.
I'm not at a good soul point here. If there's a way I could get like 4,000 quick. The only person you can sell shit to is Wheel and Deal, right? You can't sell gear to this guy, can you?
I'm glad to see. Always open for business.
Okay, hold on. How can I capitalize on this? How can I get 3,000 souls easily? Wait, I'm doing something. Can you warp back out of the abyss area? I don't want to risk that. Yeah, but I don't have another soul to pop that is... I mean, I guess it... Yeah, I guess if I pop, this one, this will put me at 4K, or 40K. And then a level up, and then we'll have the 3,000 left over. There won't be very much left after that. We're getting there. But that vitality's climbing. Yeah, we'll buy some life gems. Good idea.
I knew.
Except I know I need 3,000 still. I don't know how to do math though, sorry. I can lose 2,000 souls. Okay. This is the lock-in. This, you guys, this is for Gojo. Fuck that guy. He's not real. He can't hurt me.
Fine, not young.
You know, you'd think if you were trying to run a profitable business here,
The most if
you'd sell more than 3 quarters at once. Why are you even selling quarters for the arcade game?
the dark shine your way.
What kind of Dave and Buster's is this? Get me out of here. I'm going back in the pit. Alright. I'm locking in. Okay, so here, what if I was like, I'm locking in, and then we walked right off? Here are the tasks. I have to defeat these 3 guys, which is not super hard. I'm gonna bait out this first guy on the left. Kill him. I think I want to fight him in there. Get back. You don't know me like that. Uh-oh. We're locking in though, actually. Oops. I forgot to use my life gems. Whatever. Alright, he's dead. Oh yeah, there's this guy too. Yeah, he was a Havel-esque guy. Is that who he's supposed to be? Are these guys all based on like old characters? Was he a Havel guy? In more than resemblance? Not that guy. He was Havelian. This is this weird-ass Raphael Soul Calibur guy. Oh, I think I can probably just get away with doing this on... Yes. Then a Lifestone. Well then, let us dance. He literally just did that. He literally pigged the Pokemon. He literally pigged Raphael on the character select screen. He literally did. Okay, now it's just this guy left, and as long as I don't fall in the hole, I think I'm good. Is this she also? Excuse me, are you she? I think there she's wearing the like desert sorceress outfit or whatever it's called. The outfit for that area that was a metaphor about lust. Alright. It's go time. You guys, I beat Kingdom Hearts 100%. I got all... Well, I didn't get all the trophies, but I did all the bosses. Did all the content. I can beat this, too. Why? Jarouge. Oh my god, alright. Unpunished. This, like, beam hand is particularly Kingdom Heartsy to me. That's why I was calling it that. I see what's going on there. Okay. Here comes this beam. I'm gonna make the savvy... I'm gonna make the... What is that? What's that Elon Musk post? Where he's like, I made the pro move of ordering us pizza at 1 a.m. What's the specific word he uses to describe the move? Clutch, I think, maybe. The clutch move? Yeah. Generational post. Isaac, can we get that in chat? There are pits. I see them over there in the back of the arena. But I'm just gonna try my best to... Don't seem to be any over there. He's got me with, like, Trick Pulse on that one. Okay, never seen that attack before, so I don't like that. No! Listen, Isaac. It's for the fans. It's for JJK. It's for a good cause. I want... Don't like this attack either. But it is easier to dodge than we were making it, I think, before. He's doing it again. Ouch. That's gonna hit me. Where's the little shot coming from? Fuck! I think that post has to be real. because when the time that was made, I don't think there's anyone on Earth who would say Honey Badger drinks when he wants other than Elon Musk. Why? There's not two. There aren't two. It's Kingdom Hearts, but I'm not happy about it. Ha! Woo! Can I kill one? I'm gonna have to get Sis 16 aggressive on this. Maybe 2 is good. Maybe 2 is twice as many chances to hit him. Don't like that though. I'm gonna have to commit and dodge here. Uh-oh. Oh, Charouge! Oh, Charouge! Oh! You guys wanna watch JJK? 2! What time is it? I don't know where I can get more, like, other than, like, farming them. I don't know where I can get more humanity right now is the thing. You guys, that was a real lock-in attempt. I gave it my all. I gave it my best shot on that one. Two was crazy. That was fun though. Other than, like, I know you can get them from invaders. Look at his Charouge fucking shadow on the wall. Look, this is, ready, watch. I am the shadow on the wall. If I was making a Charouge, if I was making a GMV, a JMV. If I was making a JMV, I would do that part. I would definitely do that part. As give the JJK post. I think we're done tonight. Oh man, I really wish I had more tries on that. Why'd you guys let me do so much bullshit with the axe? Whose idea was that? Why'd you guys let me try to do it with the axe so many times? I mean, I can look it up. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, here's that Kodocha thing again. Just popped up on my timeline again. There's no use worrying about things you can't fix. What is it? No use thinking about things you can't fix. She was real for that one. Okay, hold on. Alright, to end the night, I'm gonna live blind react to the JJK Season 3 Culling Game trailer. The boss is referred to as Stand. That's raw. Alright, ready? It's here we go.
カモノリトシが仕組んだ呪術を与えられた者たちの殺し合い死滅回遊虎杖
Oh my god, what a jobber.
お前の力が必要だ
JJK music.
俺は人をいっぱい殺しただからこそ俺たちは存在意義を示し続けなきゃならない
Oh, that is, oh, he's Akari? Kazuya Nakai? That was him, right? Kazuya Nakai? Akari? That's wild. Oh, and I like her too. What's her name? Kirara? Kurara's from the 100 line. Hold on, I want to go back to that part.
運ってのはよ、試されてなんぼだろ。
私はね、熱い金ちゃんが大好きなの。
兄は弟の手本なんだ。
Repulsive character. Oh, boo! Oh, boo! Yo, there's the Gojo I couldn't save. There's Gojo. I'm sorry, Gojo, I couldn't do it.
背負わされたと思っていた力は僕自身が招いたものだった。
Here's this part.
虎杖裕二は僕が殺します。
Kill Itadori Yuji. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, GOAT, give us game mechanics that go nowhere. Raw. That's sick. Oh yeah! Oh! I love those guys. Oh my god, and those slew. There was that guy that Megumi fights. Those slewish culling guys. the culling guys. Hell yeah, that looks pretty cool. Is that the perfect preparation arc? What is it? What do we? So you know, it seems like it goes fairly deep in. At least the culling game begins. Now play Laura Bailey Shisinga. Okay. Mr. Bircham. I know the new norm. It's not that, is it? I don't think I know what Mr. Bircham is. A spin-off of Crank Yankers? Sounds about right. You gonna tell me that Crank Yankers isn't woke? Alright, sis, just for you. This is Laura Bailey in the hit, like, 90s, 2000s anime, I guess, Kodocha, singing a little song about Nisa.
There's no point worrying about things can't fix. There's no point worrying about things can't fix. Thinking too much is like thinking about nothing, like water in the desert trying to make the plants grow. You're wasting precious brain space on itchy, scratchy stuff, and when you should be filling it with sugar cookie dough. When you're feeling unhappy, don't think, don't think. When you're feeling kind of sad, don't think, don't think. Cause there's no point thinking about the things that you're thinking about, the things that you're thinking about, and make a thing and rock. And that's how Sana stays so happy. That's what I'll do. I just won't think about anything.
Wonderful. I don't. She ate, honestly. 1, bars, but 2, she crushed that. She kind of killed it. Yeah, Kodocha is. It's like, I don't know. If you had female friends who read Tokyo Pop back in like the mid 2000s when Will was like 4 years old, it's in there with like Fruits. At least for us here, it's in there with like Fruits Basket, and like some of those other like shoujo romantic comedy series like that. I had one of my ex-girlfriends really loved Kodocha. She had all the manga volumes, and she wasn't even like a manga reader. I remember she just liked it for some reason. That seems kind of funny. I didn't know Laura Bailey was in the dub of that. I don't even think I knew there was a dub of that. And let's end it off here. I failed today, but
I finally tracked down my
I
teacher.
suddenly don't feel so bad about it.
But I've decided to keep at it alone. I need to see what I can achieve by myself.
Fiora Cozy, see, look, she said keep doing it by yourself.
Master Carillion and I are from Malphia to the south.
Oh.
A land lush with sorcery and pyromancy. Master Carillion polished his art at one of our renowned magic academies. But he argued that the academies were terrible places to learn magic. This quite angered Master Glocken, my previous teacher.
Certified Glocken moment. That guy was pissed. Certified Glocken moment. Where are my Glockenspiels? Glockenspiels in the chat, Glock off.
Once Master Carillion spoke excitedly of this land. He made talk of the remnants of some great power and the deep abyss that surrounds
This
it.
sounds nice so far. I think I like this one so
I
far.
tried to ask more, but he didn't seem to hear.
Oh no. What? Why?
I'll never be good enough.
No.
Will I?
No. How are we ever gonna... Oh, I feel even worse than before now. There's only one thing that could make me happy.
It was a perilous trek across the mountains.
Mountains? I don't think that's it.
I faced the most frightful things.
That sounds scary.
The number of times I nearly died.
And just like that, I'm back. Thank you, Fiora. Just like that, my smile and optimism. My smile and my gauntness restored. Merry Dark Souls, everybody. Do we have another one of these before Christmas? No, right? Yo, I'm killing it this year. The 26th and the 28th. And then the 2nd and the 4th. That is goated falling off the holidays stream days for me. That's about as goated as you can get. Right after Christmas, right after New Year's. So I don't have to take any nights off. Anyway, I don't know. Next time in life you run into a problem where you could either use a big sword or 2 axes that you're much worse with and that have -4 times the range, maybe just use the sword. Maybe you don't have to prove it to Sizz all the time. Let's see. Go watch JJK Season 3. It looked good. I thought it looked good. And I always remember that there's no point thinking about things you can't fix. What's up, Isaac? Anthony Joshua apparently beat the shit out of Logan Paul. It's a great day. If you do JJK while I do Chojin X, how long is Chojin X? I would maybe take one for the culture there. I guess we're not done also. People had more things. How long is Chojin X? Okay, but how many chapters is it? Oh, look back there. You don't know she like I know she. They're gonna kick me out of the band. 114 chapters. I'm gonna hit that with a hard maybe. I'm gonna hit that with a hard maybe. And I'm gonna see you guys on Sunday for Jet Set Radio. Get hype, everybody. Look, there's this thing. This is a thing we're doing. Get excited. Guys, big love. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Tamal, Comb, and Sizz for the resub. Everybody else for hanging out and being here with me. Jarush will return. Maybe I'll try to find some way to get more human effigies between this stream and next stream. Or maybe next time we'll just do the DLC, and then after that we'll go back for the fucking Kingdom Hearts Hollow. We also have no way to become fully human ever again for now. Jarouge! Guys, goodbye. Say bye, Jarouge. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Big love. Thanks for coming over. Bye.
Nobody wants me.